If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. It's a Tennessee thing. Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Thursday morning to you. John Reed, Cody McClure, bad news, Bubba. Another rainy edition of TalkSports. May 7th. Hope you're having a good day wherever you may be. What's up, Cody? Oh, no, he's not here yet. Bubba, you good over there?
We're trying to win the best of 7 series, John. I don't know if it's tied up right now or what's going on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be tied up, brother, because it's day 4.
Who knows, man? We could have played a doubleheader yesterday. Maybe they canceled the game because of the weather. I don't know what went on.
Yeah.
Confusing times out here.
Yeah, okay. See, I was thinking more basketball. I guess you're thinking of a 7-game baseball series?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, since it's the NBA playoffs, I was thinking of NBA playoffs. They don't really cancel those for weather.
Yeah, our wires got crossed there a little bit, John.
Why are you thinking about the baseball playoffs, brother?
It's just, we went over that like last week and a half ago about that analogy. And I keep thinking about it, and it's like, when things go your way and things don't go your way. Because it wasn't a bad day yesterday by any means, but it's just not the most ideal situation of things.
It's funny how much pain I'm in right now, and I don't know what from.
You just want to yell?
No, not like mental pain, not like anguish or anything, but like I told you the other day about my calf.
Yeah.
Like my calf and hip both just hurt, and I don't know where the hell it came from.
Stretch.
Yeah, I know.
Like you could just stop right now. We'll turn off your mic. You'll get up. You'll do some poses out here.
Well, we can't.
No?
Cody's not here to cover yet. He's running late, so I can't get up and cut off my mic. Lord only knows what the hell you'll say into the microphone if given the ball and free reins.
We don't know, and that's the beauty of it.
That is true. But yeah, like my left calf has just been in so much pain, and my right hip has been in pain, and I don't know what the hell happened. It's like I went to bed on Cinco de Mayo, and I got that cramp, and it's lingering. It's ruining my life. Anything cool for you last night? I imagine no umpiring due to the weather.
No, none of that stuff. Tried to play 9 holes yesterday, despite the weather.
Okay.
Made things pretty annoying.
Yeah?
Because it's like you take off your rain jacket whenever it would calm down a bit, and just like, all right, now we're getting into the groove of things, and then all of a sudden it just comes down a little bit harder, and you're just like, man. And then it's like, I'm able to use this to blame it on, the weather instead of my poor performance and my abilities. But deep down, I know.
That you just suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that. Ate too much. Not great for the vibes. And then, I went to bed without a blanket, but I ended up using my shirt as a blanket.
Okay.
Like, instead of sleeping in the shirt, like, took the shirt off, and because now I got 2 layers to cover up with.
Okay.
So you tuck in the arms, and then most of your body's protected by the shirt.
Smart.
Yeah, ingenuity. But legs are still exposed, and the feet on the socks, still got them.
What's up, Cody?
Hello, good morning. Apologies for my tardiness. I am just a bit behind today. I hit the old snooze one extra time. And, of course, the day I do it, Bubba was behind too. So that's how it works sometimes. That's how it goes. But it's good to be here. Good to be anywhere.
Would you call it a beautiful day in our fair city?
Well, beauty, Bubba, is in the eye of who's looking at it, I believe is the expression.
The beholder, if you will.
The beholder, that's right, yeah. beauty is, you can define that in many different ways. And so I did enjoy the rain yesterday because I like the occasional rain. You just changed my voice up. Did you lower me or raise me up?
No, I thought you were a little quiet, so I just made you a little bit
A
louder.
little more intensified now. I'm going to have to get a little closer to the mic. Yeah, no, I like the rain. I like when it rains, as long as it doesn't rain for a week straight. You know, that's kind of how I look at it. But it's a beautiful day in some ways. How's everybody doing? You guys doing good?
Oh, we were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend met Butch Jones yesterday in Jonesboro,
Your friend met Butch Jones in Jonesboro?
Arkansas, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he works in kind of this business, actually, the like SM, like similar. He does hats. He's a hat apparel guy. You know how those people come in here trying to sell stuff to Ryan?
Uh-huh.
He's kind of the guy who sends them out,
Okay.
or kind of he kind of does what they do in a way. But anyway, nonetheless, they had some trade show or something yesterday in Jonesboro, Arkansas, which is where Arkansas State is. And he said he met Butch and told him he wished he was still the coach at Tennessee. I don't know if he actually told him that or not, but that's what he told me.
Your friend said that to Butch Jones, or
Yeah.
Butch Jones said that to his friend?
No, my friend said that to Butch.
I wish you were still coaching Tennessee.
Allegedly.
And what Butch Jones allegedly say back to that?
He just kind of laughed.
I imagine Butch Jones wakes up every day wishing he was still the head coach of Tennessee as well. I do give him credits. I do give him credits for sticking with it, because I think I'd retire. I think I'd be like, you know what? I've gone backwards in my career. I'm clearly never getting another big job. This is a waste of my time. I've made enough money. I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah. I that's probably what I'd do if I was him too.
There was a time whenever he went back to that job where you thought, okay, maybe he could rehabilitate his career. Maybe you go there, you're good for a year or two, and you get a chance to coach like Mississippi State or something. But that's clearly not going to happen.
Well, some guys bounce back, and other guys don't.
Right.
Other guys just become Ed Orgeron, Les Miles. It seems to be a trend at LSU as Brian Kelly is maybe trending toward being one of those guys. I don't know if you saw, but he's now using AI to try to fill out his hopes of getting another job interview.
Such a weird thing to admit.
He's now asking, what's one that Gemini or Klaus or
Claude, I think is
Claude. I forget the names of them. He's now asking Claude, hey Claude, how can I not come off as such a jackass in a job interview to be a football coach? And he's taking notes on all the things that Claude tells him about how to get another job.
Seems very strange. Whenever he said that, I was like, that's weird, man. And everybody made fun of him. And like pretty much everything Brian Kelly does is going to result in Brian Kelly getting made fun of.
Hey, Claude, when the wind gusts are up to 100 miles an hour, how many feet up can I send a student videographer on a tower? Yeah, I mean, people are making fun of him in the comments. It's too funny of a story not to, though, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if I was him, I just don't think I would have said anything.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd just try to do a podcast, see if I can get on the Finebomb show. See if I can get on like SEC Now, the SEC pregame show, whatever the hell that's called on Saturday.
I don't think they're going to let him on there.
No, probably not. But if I was him, that's what I would try to be doing. Rehabilitate my image that way, or at least like make some money and get back into the the public's eye when it comes to college football. But I guess you could also just talk to AI.
Well, he's just not likable. You know, and that's the trouble with being on TV. he's not really respected and he's not really liked. And so you kind of need to be one or the other. There was a role for Dan Mullen.
Sure.
Because Dan Mullen had some personality.
Sure.
And he's pretty successful too. But
I was waiting to see if maybe he was likable and maybe we were wrong this whole time. Maybe it was just football and the pressure of being a coach that made him so, tightly wound up. I thought maybe, being freed from coaching, he'd get on TV and be like, wow, he's actually kind of nice. We've seen that from time to time.
Yeah.
Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, like, hey, all these guys actually got a little personality. Bill Belichick had way more personality than we ever thought. He's a damn cheer husband now.
Well, that whole Patriots organization just full of personality.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I thought maybe there'd be some hope there for Brian Kelly to be like, actually, I am kind of likable. I'm not just a robot, a very mean, jerky robot.
yeah, if I was Brian Kelly, I think I'd just be out on the boat, out cruising the river, out on the lake. Maybe come up to Tennessee, enjoy some of our lakes. There's a great place in Cookeville that will rent you a boat, no matter what's going on in your situation, and the crew would probably be willing to take a picture with him.
You're referring to Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini.
The latest developments. They rented a private boat together while Diana was pregnant, mind you. Says that's the new report coming out from TMZ, and you might think they would try to get away from the public eye if they were going to do something like that. Maybe go to Italy, maybe get a boat out on the Mediterranean, or maybe way deep down in the Florida Keys. Maybe Aruba. Get somewhere kind of where you might not get recognized as likely. But nope, they went to Cookeville. They said, we're going to Cookeville, where they have more restaurants than anywhere else.
Well, no one caught them for 5 years, so I mean, it worked out.
Yeah,
no one was expecting to see them in Cookeville. That to me, that new revelation that came out yesterday is just absurd.
I kind of respect your game plan a little bit.
You respect her game plan?
If you're getting a scoop, lunch, everybody knows about lunch. But what if you say, hey, let's do a boat ride instead, and we'll go out there and we'll get the scoops on.
You want to go on a boat ride?
Yeah.
Well, she got the scoop because she was reporting about a Julio Jones trade and was, blowing up Julio Jones and him ending up on the Titans a couple months later.
Well, it's become clear that all that is, some of that was just rumored when this thing first started. Like, oh, how did she know this? But now it's obvious. Like, it's very clear that she got everything from Mike.
Well, to me, at this point, either Mike Vrabel is a sicko or he knows he's the father of that baby. To me, that's the only two options.
You think Mike Vrabel's that baby's daddy?
They were reportedly on that boat in June, and she had her baby in August. So, she's 7 months pregnant on this boat. So either Mike Vrabel's a sicko that has no problem of cheating while this woman is 7 months pregnant with somebody else's baby, or they were having a celebration of their two babies, of their baby. Those are the only two options.
God, where's Jerry Springer when you need him?
Because, again, they rented that boat in June of 2021, and the baby was born at the beginning of August of 2021.
And the boy's name's Michael.
Right. So, either Mike Vrabel's just a big sicko with just no moral code, no moral compass at all. Because, look, I'm not defending Mike Vrabel's behavior at all, but, you tell me, okay, they went to Sedona this last go around. Okay, they hooked up in New York City when they were at a work event. Oh, they just happened to always be together, yada, yada, yada. Maybe it's just like a happenstance. Yeah. They get together when they're together. But no, this brother
have friends in the industry.
If this brother's written a boat with a 7-month pregnant woman that's not his baby, then he's a real sicko.
I love how it has gone from in the last month or however long it's been going on, 6 weeks or whatever. I love how it's gone from they shared a warm embrace in Sedona, and it might have been a little too warm. Let's look into this. to now Mike Vrabel is the father of the child?
Well, I don't know which is worse. I don't know which makes him worse. If he fathered this child, or if he was, like I said, willingly running around with this woman who's 7 months pregnant, about to pop with another man's baby, and Vrabel's taking her out on a damn boat, just the two of them. Because look, man, if she's 7 months pregnant, she ain't just your drinking buddy. You know what I mean? Because like some of this could have been passed off as, oh, they like getting together and drinking. Oh, they went to Sedona, had some drinks at the pool. Oh, they went to a bar. Vrabel was drunk and just kind of rubbing up on her. But no, she can't drink if she's 7 months pregnant, Bubba, because you can't drink when you're pregnant.
Well, you can.
Well, yeah, technically, I guess, but
then you end up with me.
I don't think she's. I don't think she's drinking at 7 months pregnant on a boat. So, like, the whole drinking buddy thing goes out the window too.
Yeah, it wasn't just a sexual affair. Clearly, there was more to it. It's deeper than that. There was some emotions there. And you had the report earlier in the week. I mean, Diana was heartbroken over Mike, right?
So like I said, either he's just a real sicko or he's that baby's daddy. And I don't know which one's worse.
Which one do you think it is?
It's hard at this point not to think it's that he's the baby's daddy, to be honest. And like I know you are laughing. I know you said Jerry Springer, but like it's hard not to think that he is the baby's daddy.
I mean, could we get a paternity test?
I mean, I feel like if you're the Mr. Rousini, you have to demand that at this point, right?
If I was him, I'd just go back to Italy.
He's not. His last name's not Rousini. That's her last name. I don't know what his last name is, or if he's a Italian man. I assume he's probably Italian, but
her name being Rousini is not.
Her name's been Rousini her whole career. Usually,
she just kept her name.
Yeah, usually news people don't change their name.
Yeah.
Reporters they keep their name.
Well, who is he
publicly?
Does anybody know who he is?
Yeah, no, he's been reported on, and he probably is Italian, but like his last name's not Rousini. They said what, like a HR VP at Shake Shack or one of those.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's the burger guy.
Yeah,
but he's not like a CEO or anything. He's not the C-suite. He's just like in HR. So like he probably makes a good living, but not enough to be completely embarrassed like this.
What do you make of the fact that ESPN still has not said a word about this?
Have they really not?
Not that I'm aware of.
Company card.
I haven't seen any coverage.
I said, here, Diana, use this card at your expense for, food and travel and lodging. And she used it all the way down in Cookville.
I like to think they went to that Olive Garden.
I find it hard to believe ESPN's been able to duck this because it's been a slow drip. Like at this point, you have to talk about it because like I heard Stephen A. Smith talk about it on ESPN. So like, at least he brought it up because it was around the draft coverage whenever he's like, hey, I got to go away for day 3.
Well,
and Stephen A. Smith tried to take the high road about it and just said, hey, Diana's my friend and everybody better be careful. Like if they start casting stones because, make sure your hands are clean if you're starting to point your fingers and yada, yada, yada.
Well, I think that's what people are wondering. Like, does it go a little bit deeper than that? Because ESPN's been pretty silent about it.
Well, I think yesterday was another example of just this coordinated attack, or the fact that this story isn't going away and we're going to keep getting these. Because I mean, you could obviously fill in the blank between now and 2021. Over that 5 years, there's going to be more stuff they uncover that this couple did together.
Oh, yeah.
And like every time something new comes out, it becomes more and more of a distraction and it kind of restarts the cycle. And like Mike Vrabel is not going to be able to outrun TMZ, which is kind of funny watching TMZ try to like keep this story alive since they originally passed on it. I do find it that kind of ironic that they could have been the ones that broke this.
Well, they were pretty tied up in the congressman on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I would imagine that was they have 2 different departments, right? There's TMZ and then there's TMZ Sports. Maybe they don't have enough manpower. I don't know. But like they have TMZ Sports for a reason. And they got shopped the Mike Vrabel pictures and they're like, no, we're good. And then the New York Post ran it. It became kind of the sports story of the year. So now TMZ's trying to get ride that wake and release all these other stories and kind of get to be the main characters of this reporting. But every time a story comes out, it restarts a cycle of distraction for Mike Vrabel. And it does get to the point where I imagine he's going to at least have to consider stepping down.
Men, I know there's been a lot about me lately in the news. I know you've seen these recently, these photos that have recently emerged of Diana and myself at Dollywood riding a roller coaster. The still shot of us screaming with our hands in the air.
There is a greater than 10% chance that they went to Dollywood together.
I know you just saw us on the roller coaster.
There's a chance there's a really good chance they did that.
I don't want you to think any less of me.
The two of them might have shared a funnel cake at Dollywood.
Spin Zone, he was just recruiting a guy out of Tennessee Tech, and she wanted to be the first to scoop. Or both their agents somehow live conveniently, in the state of Tennessee, and they figured, that's a good meeting point.
I mean, the Cookeville Lake rendezvous was pretty smart. Other than I guess having the clear paperwork that they're the only two people on this boat and both of them had to sign their name and show their ID. That was pretty tough. I think I would have been hey, wait in the car. I'm going to say I'm taking this boat out by myself.
Well, then Mike took a picture with the crew.
Oh, did he? I didn't see the picture.
The crew knew who he was.
Oh, no. Well, that's the thing is Mike Vrabel was a pretty big old boy, and for them to be in Tennessee doing this, it was kind of crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I would have thought maybe
people knew who he was.
Yeah, maybe we would have thought they'd be at some remote island somewhere, somewhere away from people who might know who you are.
See, they can't go to a remote island though in June. That's like NFL OTA time. That's whenever he's got to actually work. So they took just probably it was a 2 to 3 hour rental. They probably just hey, we got a couple hours. Let's head to Cookeville.
Yeah, Cookeville's only an hour from Nashville. About an hour east, hour and 10 maybe.
So they didn't have time. They said, hey, we got to just run over here and let's go out on the boat. It's a good damn hotel room at that point versus driving to Cookeville to go out on the water. Either way, every time something comes out, I haven't gotten sick of the story. I am still enthralled by it. So every time something comes out, I still lap it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too.
All right, that's a weird open to the show. Typically, we don't do that, but when you got a love boat situation, another win for Amy Adams Strunk.
Win in Cookeville.
Yeah, the chess capital of the world, or chess capital at least of the U.S., golf capital, and Mike Vrabel.
Might be Crossville.
That is Crossville. Good call by you. Whenever Cody said an hour east, I was thinking of Crossville too. Yeah, but there is Cookeville.
Well, they probably went on down to Buc-ee's. Well, no, Buc-ee's wouldn't have been
around it. I was thinking Crossville, Bubba. I forgot all about Cookeville. My bad to the Tennessee Tech boys and girls. Bubba, send us to break. We'll come back. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup. and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week, and we've got the best promotions, like kicking off the week with Cinco de Mayo. Then all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and this weekend, get to the ballpark early on Friday and get your free camo replica jersey. Love gum? Well, good. It's Big League Chew Night on Saturday with post-game fireworks, and we're celebrating Mom on Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Woo! What a week. Reserve your seats now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
You blew my big story with Vrabel and Rousini. What do we do now? Did you watch NBA last night? Did you make any money? I haven't heard about your NBA betting for a while. Have you cooled off?
I bet the Sixers plus 1,500 to win.
Oh, I thought you were going to say plus 15. I was going to say cha-ching.
They were down 6.
At what point?
About 2.5 minutes left.
Okay.
I thought it might have been a glitch. I thought that was too much for it to be just a 6-point game.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously I knew it was unlikely to win because they were down 6 with 2.5 minutes left. But plus 1,500 seemed like a lot. So I went ahead and threw $5 out there just in case.
So do you hate Tyrese Maxey and Paul George today? Because I felt like the Sixers had a really good chance to win that game. You know, I watched the entire thing, and it just felt like the entire game. It was one of those that the Sixers were going to find a way to win. And then the fourth quarter happened, and they scored 12 points. And Tyrese Maxey just could not do anything down the stretch. Paul George couldn't either. Both guys just kind of throwing up some bricks down the stretch, and the Knicks survive and go up 2-0. But the game was definitely there for the taking. I don't know about the point when you bet on them 15-1 if I felt like they were going to win because I was watching Maxey struggle to do anything. But
well, at that point, the Knicks were on a 9-0 run.
Yeah. If I'm the Sixers, I definitely feel like I let one get away last night. They came out. There was no Joel Embiid, which I thought was actually a good thing for them because Joel Embiid looked like he couldn't really move around in game one. So they just relied on Paul George and Edgecombe and Maxey just to try to get downhill and go fast and make plays. And it worked for 3 quarters. But then, the fourth quarter, it came crashing down.
Yeah, it sure did. I didn't really know who would win, but I know some people were kind of totally against the Sixers in this series, thinking that game one is one thing because you come off of a dramatic game 7. A lot of times that team will lose the first game of the new series.
Yeah,
and so I was prepared for Philly to be in the series. Like I don't think it's going to be a sweep or anything like that, but they needed to get it last night. They needed to try to get that one.
We'll see what happens when they go back home. I mean, you always hear the phrase, the series doesn't start until a road team wins a game.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Philly's got a chance to go back and win 2 and extend that series. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're good enough to beat this Knicks team 4 times out of the next 5 games. So, like, I do think the Knicks are going to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals, and with the way that the Raptors and Pistons make me feel right now, I do think I feel like the Knicks are going to go to the NBA Finals.
Well, nobody thought the Sixers would beat Boston 3 times on their home floor either, but they did do that.
That's true. That's true. So, I mean, like, we'll see what the Sixers have in terms of answering, and maybe they feel like, hey, we just got to get one because we've shown we can come back from a 3-1 lead while having to do it.
They've done it before.
By winning road games. But last night in the playoffs, man, when you lose those 50-50 games, the ones that are in the balance, they almost feel like 2 losses because you had a chance to win that one, and now you got to start from scratch and go and find a way to win 2 to make up for that. Then in the nightcap, the Spurs just absolutely throttled the Timberwolves. I was a little surprised and a little disappointed in that because I thought Minnesota, the battle-tested team, wouldn't take that game for granted. I thought maybe they would be the Sharks that smelled blood in the water and would really try to capitalize and put the Spurs in a 2-0 hole. But it seemed like the Spurs came out as the more aggressive team, play with more energy, play with more desperation as teams that are down 1-0 at home are one to do, and the Timberwolves never really could match it. And they got beat really just from the opening tip to the end of the game. They just got beat every which way. I thought Anthony Edwards, I mean, he came out and said what I kind of expected, which was he said, hey, I told the guys after the first game, the tendency for teams that steal the first game is to get blown out in game 2. So we can't come out cool. And we came out cool. And what happened? We got blew out. My mama used to tell me, a hard head make a soft ass.
Now, what does that mean?
It means a hard head makes a soft ass. It means that if you're hard-headed and you have to learn things the hard way, you get your ass beat. When you get your ass, hit with a bellet or a hickory, it gets a little softer. It gets a little tender.
Okay. I was thinking it had something to do with, like, you've heard the expression as stubborn as a mule.
Sure.
Stubborn as a mule. And I know a mule is not an ass, but it's half an ass.
Sure.
A mule's half ass, half horse. So I thought maybe it had something to do with that.
No, it just means, I mean, it's a similar concept, I guess, of being stubborn. But like, yeah, hard head just means you make a lot of mistakes and you don't listen to advice, and then you get beat.
Well, it seems like the phrases must be related, or it'd be almost too much of a coincidence for hard-headed and stubborn to kind of mean the same thing, and then you're talking about an ass.
Hard-headed and stubborn are down the same path, but I wouldn't even really call them synonyms.
Really, they seem kind of interchangeable to me.
Okay. When I think hard-headed, I think they just don't listen. When I think stubborn, I think stuck in their ways. Which again, they're
boy's too hard-headed to know how to,
like Bubba with his
boy's too hard-headed to run that cotton gin.
Yeah, like Bubba with his medicine. You could say he was being stubborn too if I'm not taking it, but like just ignoring the advice of like, get you some damn medicine, fix yourself. No, I'm fine. And okay, when I think of hard-headed, I think of you got to learn the hard way.
I was taking Dayquil and NyQuil.
Well, you did eventually start, but for a while you didn't.
I think he was being stubborn. Hard-headed describes someone who is stubborn, willful, and unwilling to change their mind. So they're willfully unwilling to change their mind. But key definition, stubborn is in the definition.
Where's that from?
This is from
Grok.
No, it's not Gork. It's this is AI overview from Google. Which one is Google? Is that Klaus?
Okay, Merriam-Webster says stubborn as the main.
Or Gemini? Is it Gemini? Which one's Gemini? Yeah, Merriam-Webster's got stubborn in the definition.
Stubborn and willful. Okay. See, when I think of hard-headed, I think of just going to do what they're going to do, not going to listen to advice, going to have to learn things the hard way. So, okay. I mean, I guess they are synonyms. Stubborn as a mule, hard-headed, soft ass. I don't know if they're related or not, but the concept is you got to learn things the hard way, and you're just going to not take advice of Anthony Edwards, who says I've been there. We need to come out. We need to be good because the Spurs are going to jump on us. Because the Spurs sure as hell did jump on them, and you saw it from an early stages that Wemby was going to be better than he was in game one. Still didn't shoot the ball well from three, but he got to the rim more, and he was more aggressive, and he scored in the first quarter and set the tone. De'Aaron Fox, who was pretty bad in game one, he was at least pretty solid in game two. Spurs even that series, and now back firmly in control moving forward.
Well, they're the better team. I mean, that's on paper they were supposed to be the best team. 133-95. That's ugly, isn't it?
Ayo Dosunmu, the Timberwolves kind of sixth man for most of since the trade deadline. Tried to play through an injury and does seem like he got re-aggravated his injury. So I don't know what his status will be for the rest of the series.
Looks like the Spurs pretty much whooped them in every quarter.
You saw Julian Phillips, who I got to be honest, when I see Julian Phillips, I don't really think VFL, but he got some minutes in garbage time. Most of the fourth quarter as they emptied the bench. He got 10 minutes, scored 3 points. Julian Phillips, VFL or no?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. He doesn't really give me a warm Tennessee feeling.
No, he didn't really do anything of note here. What was his best moment as a Tennessee Vol? I mean, can you even think of one?
His best moment as a Tennessee Vol?
Yeah.
I could think of when I think of Julian Phillips, I think of was it the Missouri game or was it the Vanderbilt game he messed up? Or was it both?
I can't remember.
The Missouri game, was it the Missouri game he didn't take the dunk and then he went to the free throw line and then missed the free throws and then they hit the the half court buzzer beater to beat us?
That's the one we lost on the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
That was Julian Phillips' best or most the moment I think of when I think of him. Or maybe that was Vanderbilt. Was it Vanderbilt?
Well, we lost those games back to back.
I know.
So they kind of run together. I'm not sure which was which.
I might be confusing. I might be confusing the Missouri game because I think that was actually a lane violation, right? Because there's only like 3 seconds left. And Tobe Awaka got a lane violation, which meant the clock wasn't going to run, which gave them time to get the ball in bounds and get to half court. So I think it's actually the Vanderbilt game Julian Phillips messed up.
What a brutal 2-game stretch that was.
That was a very brutal 2-game stretch.
Losing back-to-back similar fashion.
I don't want to say that was the low points of Rick Barnes, of course, but like it does feel like that was the low point of like the last 4 years.
I don't think it was a low point, but it was a high point of criticism.
Outside of the Oregon State loss, which I think was the actual low point of Rick Barnes' tenure, I do think those back-to-back games where you got beat on 2 buzzer beaters by Vanderbilt and Missouri was pretty damn bad. Pretty damn bad. That was an unexpected trip down memory lane thanks to Julian Phillips.
That Oregon State, you call that the low point? I mean,
yeah.
That was such a weird time to me because of the COVID. Everything was shortened. I mean, I don't even really think of that as much as I guess you got to count it. But
were you gone at that point?
Yeah, I was in Nashville, but I mean, I was still watching.
Yeah,
I always watch the basketball games.
Yeah, but I just think that like his program in general, like it seemed like it might be over for Rick Barnes. Like it seemed like he was headed in a bad direction. That the game had passed him by. I wonder if he would like openly talk about that in terms of that being the moment he realized, hey, we got to adapt. We got to evolve and do some things differently.
I just remember how excited we were supposed to be about Jaden Springer and Keon Johnson, and then just felt very underwhelming. I do remember that.
COVID. What are you going to do? You couldn't really practice together as freshmen.
Well, we may not be far from another pandemic soon.
But also there's like John Fulkerson and Uros trying to play together, and like neither guy could shoot, and like it was just an absolute disaster. And Rick Barnes looked and said, we need to try something a little bit different.
Let's get some better players.
Bubba, send us to break. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week, and we've got the best promotions, like kicking off the week with Cinco de Mayo. Then all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and this weekend, get to the ballpark early on Friday and get your free camo replica jersey. Love gum? Well, good. It's Big League Chew Night on Saturday with post-game fireworks, and we're celebrating Mom on Sunday.
It's Mother's Day.
Woo! What a week. Reserve your seats now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
We got money, Bubba. We got money. That's the point. Not only did Rick Barnes evolve, but I do think a good portion of the Tennessee fan base has evolved a little bit. At least some of the high dollar people were like, hey, you know what? We like this too. Let's try to evolve and take basketball seriously. I couldn't help but think of that yesterday. Jimmy Haslam was doing a press conference for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jimmy.
And he was there, trying to address the Giannis situation, which I found to be just so strange. Him up there, like doing a press conference saying that they need to figure this out by the NBA draft, which I think is fair. I think that's fine. I don't think that's a bad idea, a bad strategy, because if you're the Bucks, you want to say, hey, we are going to either try to draft and use our assets to make a team better around Giannis, or we're going to try to sell him, get as many draft picks as possible, and try to retool in the draft. I don't think that's a bad thought process by Jimmy Haslam. I just thought it was really weird that Jimmy Haslam's doing a press conference for the Bucks while he's also doing press conferences for the Browns. Like, it just seems crazy to be doing two of those main things for two major franchises.
I didn't know that Jimmy Haslam was involved with the Bucks.
Yeah, he's co-owner. Which is kind of funny that bad luck seems to follow Jimmy Haslam in the sports world.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a coincidence or, just maybe a cause and effect, but.
Well, the Bucks, is it true that they don't control any of their first-round picks until like 2030?
You know who controls their picks?
The Hawks, I'm guessing, by the way you're saying that.
Yeah, that's right.
Why don't they?
Well, at least the Bucks do not get their pick this year. They get the remainder of what's left. So, like the way the lottery goes, the Hawks get the best pick between the Bucks and the Pelicans. So, whatever the highest pick is in the draft lottery on Sunday, the Hawks get. Then the Bucks, I believe, get the leftover there where the Pelicans are. So the Bucks will have a pick, just not their own per se.
I would think typically the Hawk would have a better pick than the Pelican.
Yeah.
Based on its prowess as
a
bird.
He can swoop in. The Pelican, to me, I feel like the Pelican's pretty much restrained to what's in the water.
He's got a big old mouth, but he just kind of takes what he can get. The Hawk is more of a predator per se than the Pelican.
And then next year, the Hawks get the worst of the picks between the Bucks and the Pelicans, which still should probably be around the top 10. So there are two valuable picks that the Hawks control when it comes to the Bucks, which is why it always kind of made a little sense for Giannis to the Hawks to be at least a consideration. Because if you're Milwaukee, the most valuable thing you could have is getting your own picks back.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it put them in a tough spot over the next few years.
Well, it does. And like I said, it seems like bad luck that Jimmy Haslam just keeps going to these professional teams and completely messing them up. Like the Browns go and make maybe the worst back-to-back decisions when it came to Deshaun Watson, trading for him and then giving him $240 million fully guaranteed. Seems like one of the worst missteps, in NFL history. And then now, that he is front and center doing a press conference about this Giannis situation that I think has been mismanaged as well. Because even if Haslam and the Bucks trade Giannis this offseason, which I do anticipate they will, I don't think they're selling at anywhere near his highest value. So, like, what they get in return is not going to be nearly as good as it would have been had they traded him 2 years ago when it was pretty obvious that they needed to. Or last year, when it was painfully obvious that they were headed for a bad breakup. So now they'll be selling, you could probably say at 70 cents on the dollar. And that's not a good place to be at as a franchise.
Not good, but still better than the Deshaun Watson situation.
That is true. So if you're Haslam, maybe you look at the Bucks of like, hey, this is the best chance we have of getting back.
They're not done with Deshaun, right? They're still going to try to squeeze everything they can out of him.
It's very fascinating, but you are correct. They are pretty much saying he is back as the starting quarterback. Now maybe that's more of an indictment on Shedeur Sanders.
I think it's just a last ditch effort. They probably are having trouble getting over the fact that they paid him all that money. That's worked out as badly as it has. They're at least going to attempt to see if they can get something out of for their money,
right? And I do think it's smart to do that, but at the same time, it's also because they have no other option. Like if they had anybody behind Deshaun Watson that looks like he could be a potential franchise quarterback, I think they'd roll that dice. But I think it's them telling you that they have zero confidence that Shedeur Sanders is that guy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is obviously fair. I don't think Shedeur Sanders showed enough in year one to give them any confidence, despite being a Pro Bowl quarterback, which is still really funny to say out loud.
What happened to Dylan Gabriel?
I think they also realized that Dylan Gabriel is not that guy either.
Who could have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will
who would have
say,
thought the Browns would not have the quarterback figured out.
Now, I will say that they are a quarterback away, I feel like, from being in a really good position this year. Now, I don't think that's Deshaun Watson. I don't think that's Shedeur Sanders. I don't think that's Dylan Gabriel. But, like,
Or
they
Taylor
are.
Green.
One more time?
Or Taylor Green, who they picked up.
I thought they were talking about making him change positions. No? Was Taylor Green not one of those guys that they're like, hey, we'll draft you, but you're not playing quarterback?
But it's like, I keep watching his, John Gruden thing, and he's like, nah, I'm not changing to a tight end whether they want me to or not. Granted, that was, before the draft and all that, but.
I mean, you can either change positions and make the roster, like have a chance to make the roster, or you can get cut. I guess you could pick which one you want to do, Taylor Green. But, like, the Browns got a lot of love for their draft. They got a lot of love for what they did in the NFL draft. And also, they are in the top, Cody, of the easiest schedules in 2026.
They always are.
So, like, they do have a chance to, maybe make some noise this year if they had a quarterback, but they don't. The top 5 easiest schedules in the NFL, teams that maybe you should earmark or maybe start thinking of as taking a big step forward next year.
Isn't it just the worst teams from last year?
No, that's not how that works. No.
That's not how it typically works?
No.
Like, if the good teams play a good schedule typically the next year, don't they?
Well, I mean, they have like what you call a first place schedule, last place schedule on the teams you cross-reference and match up with in those divisions. But it doesn't always equal that way because sometimes the bad teams are actually supposed to be good and the good teams are not, supposed to take a step back. So if you're playing like a first place Pittsburgh Steelers, that's not equal to playing a first place, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, depending on the division you're
right. So
with.
It's not an exact science, but like the teams that are getting credit for having the 5 easiest schedules in the NFL, when you look at just compared to like Vegas's win total this year, which is I think a better barometer because it kind of sets the expectations of, the Titans are supposed to win 6 games. That's not a very good team. Or, hey, this team's supposed to win 9 games or, whatever. The Lions are number 1, the easiest schedule in the NFL. The Saints, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Jets. That's your top 5 easiest schedules.
So mostly bad teams.
I mean, Detroit's
the only one that's not. I mean, the Browns, the Bengals, the Saints, and the Jets were bad last year.
Yeah, but it needs to be the bad teams that also like get the easy like division that they're playing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot of hope for any of those teams.
I got hope for the Lions to bounce back. And I got hope that the Saints, I thought showed some flashes. I think the Saints, I got hope for them. Bengals, not really. They got a loser at quarterback. The Browns, they got a loser at quarterback. The Jets, they got a loser at quarterback. But the top 2, I feel like the Lions and Saints, you should buy stock in them.
I mean, the Lions, perhaps, yeah. Like, they'll be the best of that group. I would be surprised if they're not, but that's kind of a tough division that they play in, so it's harder to make way having to play 6 of those games every year.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Come on, Jimmy Haslam. You can do it. I believe in you, brother. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Does technology make us more alone?
You're listening to Talk.
Hour number 2 kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the lights. Refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Pick you up an old, reliable variety pack. Get you some black cherry. Delicious. Hour 2 headlines. Delicious. What you got for us, Cody?
Great. Thanks, John. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Well, Drake May is backing Mike Vrabel. He says, I love my coach. I'm ready to play for my coach. I'm not worried about the distractions. He's a good man. He's done a great job of talking to us and talking us through it. I'm looking forward to getting ready to get back to work.
I do wonder at what point Drake May is like, okay, enough's enough. Because Drake May is someone who proudly shares his faith as a Christian. At what point does he look at Mike Vrabel and be like, this isn't the type of guy I thought he was. I don't really stand for this. No, I'm not going to let him lead me. He seems to be kind of a scumbag human.
Well, that's not what he said at all. He called Mike Vrabel a great human being.
I believe this was before the pregnancy thing came out, though, right? This is before the pregnant boat ride. I'm pretty sure. Drake May was asked again about Vrabel, and then this came out in the afternoon.
He spoke to the AP on Wednesday following the Truist Championship Pro-Am. So
yeah.
I'm guessing sometime yesterday afternoon.
I'm pretty sure it was before because I was just reading the replies and people were attacking Drake May. But do you still think he's a great man? So
a, quote, great human being.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Drake May, being a Christian, would have to do. I mean, Christians cheat on their spouses all the time.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to.
No,
I'm not saying that no Christians ever backslide or sin. I'm not saying that at all. But like, typically, first of all, you have to have some contrition. And I haven't really seen much contrition coming out of Mike Vrabel. I haven't really seen him even really admit he's done anything drastically wrong. He's kind of just been like, "Oh, it's a family issue. I got to be with my family."
Now, Drake May's woman, she bakes him cookies,
and I also wonder how Drake May's woman feels about it, because that's going to be an important thing too. Is not only how do the players feel about it, but the players' wives and the players' girlfriends and family members, they're all kind of attached to this too.
Well, I imagine Drake May's a happy man. He's got a woman at home who's baking him cookies. Does Mike Vrabel's wife, was she baking him cookies? Because I'd say, I don't know it's an exact one-to-one science, but I'd say you're less likely to cheat on your wife if she bakes you cookies every day.
I don't know.
Not to say you may never.
It's kind of crazy that you're blaming Mike Vrabel's wife, though, for him doing all this.
Oh, that's not what I'm doing at all.
You're kind of doing that by saying she wasn't baking cookies.
At all. I'm just saying Drake May's a happy man, and I would question
logic would tell me that you're assuming that Mike Vrabel's wife was not baking him cookies and not taking care of those things.
Sometimes you can take your logic and throw it out your window, because I'm just questioning. I'm looking at all angles.
Yeah, you're blaming Mike Vrabel's wife.
No, I'm simply saying maybe Mike Vrabel wasn't happy at home.
Right.
And who
because
knows?
Of his wife.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. It's simply I'm speculating. I'm simply speculating
that Mike Vrabel's wife was not keeping him satisfied.
I'm simply saying I wonder if.
Yeah.
There's two sides to every coin, and who knows what was going on
this
in Mike
good
Vrabel's
old
marriage.
Victim blaming 101.
Nope, I don't think it's.
You're just like all the Patriots fans standing up and clapping for that scumbag.
There's nothing wrong with questioning.
I would never want him to lead my franchise.
Nothing wrong with questioning.
I'm so thankful the Titans fired this guy. Thank you, Amy, for seeing through him. A lot of people blamed Amy. A lot of people said, how could you let a coach like this walk? She saw that he was a scumbag. A lot of people owe her an apology.
I don't know. The NCAA in the final steps of pushing through this tournament expansion to 76 teams.
I've already accepted it 76 teams.
Well, I'm just letting you know that, they got to work out the details.
Yeah. I've already accepted that it's 76, though. I don't need – they've already ripped the Band-Aid off as far as I'm concerned. They've already got us conditioned for it. Same for the 2014 playoff. I'm under the assumption that we are playing a 76-team tournament next year, and we will have a 2014 playoff in 2 years. So I don't need little updates every time they move the ball a little bit closer to the goal line. It's happening.
Well, they're pushing through the final steps,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It should be happening soon.
It's happening. They're not going to keep stringing me along,
getting
me to click every time they write a new article. It's happening. I don't need more explanations or you to regurgitate the same stuff to me. I get it. I understand.
Okay. Well,
I'm not yelling at you. It's your job to give me the news. I'm saying I hate how there's 3 damn stories.
If you
about
got
this
hate
thing.
in your heart, let it out.
Well, I'm a little bothered by you blaming Miss Vrabel for this, but
I didn't blame Miss Vrabel. I said, who knows? I'm just asking questions.
That does bother me a little
I'm
bit.
not blaming her. I'm just asking. Paul Finebomb went on with Crane and Cone, whatever the hell that is. And apparently it's a show on 3. And discussed who he believed were the most overrated coaches. They were asking him about the most overrated coaches in college football. And Paul says Lane Kiffin is the most polarizing one.
Most polarizing or
Right
most
now.
overrated?
Right. Well, let me get to it. He said it's hard to give Kiffin total credit for what happened last year because he did not do the most important thing on the Ole Miss schedule. He didn't win those playoff games.
That's pretty funny that Finebomb is still continuing this beef with Kiffin.
He said that
even though like they're clearly both in on the joke and like they're like, oh, let's use this and do interviews and get more attention.
Yeah, he said it's kind of the most remains to be seen whether Kiffin is overrated. You know, Feinbaum said if he doesn't make the playoff this year, then let's revisit this conversation a year from now, is what he told the guys on 3. So is that the expectation for Kiffin, is to make the playoff in year 1?
I would say yes. Would you not?
Yeah, given who their quarterback is. They got their quarterback that they wanted. They should have a capable roster. You know, it's not like the old days where you can't overhaul it in 1 year. And if anybody's been good at that in the portal era, it was Kiffin at Ole Miss. So I would say that is the expectation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be, with as much money as they've invested and as much attention we're going to have to give Lane Kiffin this year and all those things. Like I feel like the playoff is the very minimum expectation. Hell, I expect them to win some playoff games. The report out there was that Sam Leavitt was a $7 million quarterback. They went and got Jordan Seaton, a top 10 draft pick from Colorado. The number out there was, I think, $4 million for him. If I'm an LSU booster, if I'm an LSU fan, hell yeah, I expect to make the playoff. And quite frankly, I expect to win a couple games. Now, whether or not that's a fair expectation, I don't know. But like that's how I'd be feeling right now if I was an LSU fan. Make the playoffs the bare minimum.
Have you seen this beef going around with Tim Brando and this guy from the
no, I'm blocked by Tim Brando.
The Advocate, Baton Rouge?
No, I'm blocked by Brando.
Yeah, I would imagine you are. That checks out because Tim stays mad online.
Yeah,
he stays very mad online.
I don't really remember what I did to him, but it was probably fair.
Tim,
it was probably fair, Tim.
Well, this guy's pointing out Tim's a big advocate for this 2014 playoff. And this guy was arguing, and it's gotten really personal, and it's funny to read through it. But
can you give me the cliff notes?
Preston Guy is the guy's name. He's a Baton Rouge reporter for the Advocate, and he covers LSU football. But yeah, anyway, what they're talking about, this guy's been tweeting out clips of these old games.
Okay,
where.
Oh, okay, and he's saying that these games wouldn't matter.
So like the Iron Bowl in 2013, the kick six. He's saying like that game wouldn't even matter with this new playoff. He's against letting 24 teams in the playoff. He points back to the Texas Tech game in 2009, where Michael Crabtree had the game of his life to try to keep his championship hopes alive.
Sure.
And kind of those situations like that, where like that Iron Bowl kick six games, both those teams would have been solidly in.
Yeah, but
so he's saying games like that wouldn't matter.
Okay, but let me ask you, does that not come across as someone who maybe doesn't really love college football? Because like I feel like we'd still laugh and get together and be like, wow, what a crazy finish. What a blown game by Alabama. Now, if Alabama ends up winning a championship, I understand the point. Like, Alabama gets in the playoff, they win a championship, it's less of a black eye. But, like, it's not like the bragging rights between Auburn and Alabama change. That's still, like, an iconic play. I don't know how many people think about Alabama missing the playoff with that kick six as much as it's just like, wow, what a crazy ending.
Well, we've been moved on from that era for a long time.
Right.
Because that was before
the
4-team playoff.
Yeah, that was just, BCS top 2, right?
Yeah. That was number 1 Alabama losing to number 4 Auburn, which vaulted Auburn up into that put Auburn in the championship to play Florida State.
And I would imagine that most college football fans should, if you're just comparing that, like, most college football fans should be happy that, like, we no longer have to worry about, like, number 3 Auburn getting left out of the national championship like they did in 2000, was that 2005? 04. 2005 championship though, right? 04 season.
Yeah. 04 season.
Yeah. About them getting left out, or, any of those teams that are like were maybe good enough to win a championship. USC in 2003/4, I believe, was in the same situation. I think the trade-off of getting like the actual like really good teams having a chance to play really good games in the postseason outweighs a couple of these like, wow, look at these games that we wouldn't have cared about as much.
Well, people are pointing out in the comments to this guy that everyone in Alabama would still care.
Right.
He said the Iron Bowl will always, because the way he phrased it is in a 2014 playoff, these teams are comfortably in with a bye. This game means nothing. And people said this game will always mean everything.
Are you worried? Are you worried about teams resting starters in an expanded playoff during rivalry week?
Well, it's just going to become,
especially like, if they move it up and like the playoff starts theoretically like the week after rivalry week and we get rid of conference championships, do you think that teams would rest starters and be like, hey, we're going to load manage? Hey, we're going to, in the NFL, you see it sometimes in week 17, week 18, like, hey, we're not going to play our starters the entire game because we got to be ready and fresh for the playoffs.
To that question, it is going to become more and more like the NFL in that way. And I think to answer that question, it depends on the game. Because I don't see a world where Ohio State is resting their starters against Michigan. I just don't see that happening. That game means too much to those people. Same with Alabama and Auburn. I just don't foresee that. Now, it may happen in some other games, like, give me another team who's going to be, Texas. I mean,
Tennessee, Vanderbilt.
I think we'd be totally fine with Tennessee resting their starters.
Right. I mean, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, is that a game? Georgia Tech. I know it's good, old-fashioned, clean hate or whatever the hell it's called, but like, would you, if you're Georgia, would you care about that game less if the playoff was the next week?
That's why I'm saying it depends on the game.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much Georgia Bulldog fans care about beating Georgia Tech. I mean, I'm sure they do. But, like, is that a rivalry that means enough to where you would actually not rest your starters and risk injury just to beat Georgia Tech? I don't know that one makes the cutoff. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how Georgia people feel about that game. It feels to me like Georgia is more concerned about the Tennessees and Alabamas and Floridas of the world.
Sure.
But there are some that
you think the majority of Tennessee fans would be fine with punting on Vanderbilt to rest up for a playoff game?
I think people would complain about it.
Yeah.
And it would be polarizing. It would be split, but I would be okay with it if we're sitting there at 11-0, Now, then again, though, you kind of want to have the best record you can. Like, I think the record is still, or maybe I'm antiquated in that way, but I still care about the record.
Sure.
And like, if we're going for, say, a 10-win season, like if it's a year where we're sitting at 9-2,
Sure.
and we know we're going to be in the playoff at 9-3, like you wouldn't rest your starters in a situation like that. You're still going to be trying to win that game, right?
I don't know.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
You say 9-2. What if you're 10-1?
See, I would want to win that 11th regular season game.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because at a certain point, like if you're 10-1, trying to get 11-1, maybe you would be trying to play for a top 8 seed, which gets a bye week, which gets an automatic bye in the 2014 playoff. But like to me, that's the rebuttal that I think actually kind of matters. And it's kind of what we talked about in the 2014 playoff. Like the margin for error just gets a little bit wider when it comes to losing. Like those third losses don't matter nearly as much as they did now, obviously, during the 12-team playoff. And I think that's a scary proposition. And it's part of the reason I maintain that a 12-team or maybe 16-team playoff is as big as they should go. I don't want 24 because there are, 24 does allow a whole bunch of three-loss teams to be considered. And hell, maybe even some 4-loss teams in the SEC, depending on the schedule that year. And I think that's kind of gross.
Yeah, it is. And I get that side of the equation, but through orange-colored glasses, I look at the other side and, like, I just want to be in the playoff every year.
Well, through orange-colored glasses, I just want to go out and say that, like, I personally will be saying that you should rest your starters against Vanderbilt if you're, like, have a playoff spot solidified. Now, maybe it's not going to be like the NFL in the sense that, like, there's no standings that you're automatically guaranteed to be qualified for, right? Because, like, in the NFL, you already know you have a playoff spot. In college football, it is subjective. It's a beauty pageant contest, even still. So, like, if you are 9-2 and you lose that last game, there is no guarantee that you won't drop out of the 2014. Like, maybe the voters could punish you.
I think
to that level.
That might be the answer to prevent that is, make that impact seeding.
Yeah.
And playing for a bye and stuff like that. There's going to be – I think there's some ways around that to where you might not see that, a team resting their starters in a game that matters. I think they would find a way around that happening. Steven Garcia has been diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer. He's a former South Carolina quarterback. Of course, beat Alabama back in 2010, his career highlight, beating Nick Saban. That was a big game at the time. He has a GoFundMe you can donate to if you're so inclined. William told me I guess he did a post about it, and his family appreciated it or something. So that's good.
Is that like a humble brag from William?
It kind of seemed like it, yeah. Looks like Jackson Arnold donated $100. He's raised $125,000 so far.
That's good. I mean, not that he has to go do a GoFundMe and not that he's dying, but.
Jared Shaw, wasn't that a college football player? I don't remember.
Bubba, headlines are over. We'll continue talking football on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Good morning, Knoxville. I'm Aiden Sidoti, and this is your TalkSports update for Thursday, May 7th. Fifth-seeded Tennessee softball fell in its SEC tournament opener, dropping a 4-1 decision to number 13 seed Ole Miss as the Lady Vols now await their NCAA tournament fate on Sunday night. In the MLB, the first-place Cubs took another hit as left-hander Matthew Boyd injured his meniscus while playing with his kids at home on Wednesday and will undergo surgery to miss an extended amount of time. In the NBA, Jalen Brunson scored 26 points and Karl Anthony Towns added 20, leading the Knicks to a 108-102 victory over the 76ers to take a 2-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. For the latest on all things Tennessee softball, head over to fanrunradio.com or download the Fan Run Sports app. And now back to you guys in the studio.
Breaking at the top of the hour.
What's that? Rick Barnes has just gotten a new pair of scissors ready to go ahead and cut down that net.
I imagine Rick's going to pull out an old pocket knife.
Yeah. I'd rather see that.
He'll just whittle it down some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little rust on it.
Right.
One that's seen some wear and tear throughout the days.
I'm just going to.
I don't know. Rick doesn't seem like much of a pocket knife guy, does he?
He's got a pocket knife. He's done a little whittling in his
I
day.
know he's an old man, but he ain't out skinning a buck or nothing.
Who the hell skins a buck with a pocket knife?
Well, not that you'd skin a buck with a pocket, but to have it, handy in case you need it out on the. I mean, to have it out in the outdoors is essentially what I mean.
I was just thinking maybe cut some twine.
Yeah.
He needs to cut a little twine off the hay bale or something.
Sometimes you might use a pocket knife to the hide, if you with
I don't think
a rabbit or something.
I don't think anybody's using a pocket knife to skin a buck. But either way, no, it's not.
I understand that. I'd like to make that clear.
I don't know how the hell they do it in Arkansas, but in Tennessee, we don't skin bucks with pocket knives.
Arkansas ain't that different than Tennessee.
They are if they're skinning bucks with pocket knives.
It's pretty much the same, bud. The whole South is pretty much
not if they're skinning bucks with pocket knives.
Having lived in both places, I can tell you they're pretty similar.
This isn't about Rick Barnes and his net cutting down in the Final Four. Maybe it's about Rick Barnes and Tennessee and net cutting down in Las Vegas, which I don't know if Michigan cut any down, but the Players Era Tournament, gave us a national championship last year in its first year as a really big deal. I know it was the second year of the tournament, but it felt like last year was kind of the jumping off for it, where it was a big 18-team field and had some real elite teams. Michigan, of course, won it and went on and won the national championship. Well, now the Players Era Championship, which Tennessee is playing in this year and next, has come out and kind of try to give you an idea of what their format will be. It's a little bit confusing, but it's better than it was last year. You remember last year where they just had 18 teams.
And you got to blow out the teams.
Yeah, you played 2 games, and then it told you, do you get to advance or do you not get to advance, whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, they're saying now they're moving to a bracket form, but they're also expanding to 24 teams. Now, maybe next year they'll try to get to 32, but so for this year, the week of November 16th, they'll have one tournament called the Players Era 8, which is just an 8-team tournament. And then Thanksgiving week, they'll have the Players Era 16.
Okay.
Which will have 16 other teams. So they'll crown one champion of just 8 teams. They'll crown one champion of just 16 teams.
And then that's it? Those two stay separated? There's
It
no
does
merge?
it does appear that those two will stay separated.
That's stupid. I don't like it. I'm out. So they're just trying to make more money from the TV.
Well, they did. That was a part of it. They expanded from 18 to 24. They called it 37 games. I haven't done the math, but they'll say there'll be 37 games. All of those will be covered by and broadcasted by ESPN.
Yeah, it's just more money.
Well, yeah, sure, but it's also at least a bracket that you can keep up with.
Well, and it'll be good games, and it's always good teams that play in that. So, I'll watch some.
Tennessee is Thanksgiving week, and they're in the Players Era 16.
I don't like that format at all, though. That seems silly.
You like it more or less than the 18-team format where they're just doing point differential, and you can be undefeated.
I didn't like that either, but at least all the teams were there at the same time.
Yeah. Well, the Players Era 8 will include preseason number 1 Florida, or at least likely preseason number 1 Florida, Houston, Kansas, Auburn, West Virginia, Rutgers, UNLV. So of those 8, I would say you'll have 3 elite teams in Florida, Houston, Kansas.
Any odds yet? What can you get UNLV at?
I will not be betting on UNLV despite being in Las Vegas.
Plus 50,000?
Yeah, I would still not be betting on them. Houston, Kansas, Florida, of course, we're used to those being top 10 teams. Auburn, we'll see, as they're trying to bounce back this year with Stephen Pearl still not buying their stock. West Virginia, Notre Dame are a couple of has-beens.
Yeah, Bob Huggins ain't swerving through that door.
Rutgers is a never was, and UNLV, it's been a long, long, long time since they've been good. So that'll be your first taste on November 16th.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Bubba, what do you feel about it? Because Cody seems out on it, but I do think it's at least a step in the right direction compared to what it was last year.
Is it tournament style?
Yes, bracket style means tournament style.
Okay,
yes.
so I'll at least watch the Florida-Houston game, but otherwise I don't,
And you'll know who your potential opponents are versus scoreboard watching and trying to piece together who you're playing. I think it's a step in the right direction.
So, pardon me, was this at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, November 16th.
But Bubba don't know what the hell.
What the hell do you
is
think they're
going
doing
on.
there? You think this is replacing March Madness?
I just thought it was another just, BS tournament at the end, kind of like the NIT, like the Players Era Festival.
wasn't
going on.
listening.
This is the one we played in last year where we played what? Rutgers.
I hope there's some great competition and some teams put up a lot of points and that.
And then Houston, and then our third game was
We
against
beat
Kansas.
Rutgers and Houston, and then we didn't get a chance to play for the championship.
Which, we probably would have gotten boat raced by Michigan.
Yeah, we saw that a few months later.
But it would have been better than losing to that Kansas
That's
team.
kind of cool that we got to be a part of their story.
No, it's not.
Because they're one of the historically. Bob called them yesterday one of the. I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but something like one of the best basketball teams he's seen.
Well, I think their season was one of the most impressive seasons I've seen. I wasn't alive for Bob Knight's undefeated Indiana season, but Florida 2007 was really impressive to me. Them going back to back and just kind of beating everybody's ass all year and then running through the tournament again. I thought that was impressive.
UConn,
a couple years ago, but this Michigan team, they were the kind of the wire to wire best team. And I don't know if they would match up with the other historically great teams and beat them on the court. But in terms of their peers, they had about as dominant of a season as you could have.
Yeah. They're like the 96 Bulls out there.
Yeah, kind of. Thanksgiving week, Tennessee will play in that. That's called the Players Era 16.
I hope we face the toughest competition and get our boys real prepared for the rest of the year.
Reigning national champion and reigning Players Era champion, Michigan will be in this 16.
Wonderful.
Along with Alabama, Gonzaga, St. John's, Louisville, Tennessee.
Slow down. Michigan, Alabama, Gonzaga, Louisville,
St. John's.
Oh, we could play the old slick Italian.
Tennessee, Iowa State, Miami, Texas Tech.
This is a who's who.
Baylor, Maryland, TCU, Oregon, Creighton, San Diego State, Kansas State.
All quality opponents. Kansas State with no Jerome Tang. I don't know how they'll be.
Well, they weren't very good with Jerome Tang, so we'll see.
Yeah, Gonzaga. Mark Few still up there?
Mark Few still there.
He ain't retired yet?
No.
Who do you want to play out of that? Who would be the most interesting? We've played everybody, it seems like. With Rick Barnes.
That's been one of the best things about Rick Barnes is that he raised your profile to the point where you were a team that mattered.
Yeah, we ain't scared of nobody. We've played everybody. Hell, we've beat everybody. We've beat every blue blood under Rick Barnes. I said that once, and I think it stands true. We've beaten Duke. We've beaten North Carolina. We've beaten UCLA, Kansas, Kentucky. Who am I missing?
When do we beat Kansas? I know we beat them with Bruce Pearl, but when do we beat Kansas?
Barnes has definitely beaten Kansas. I don't know what year it was, but okay. I say that with 100% confidence that we beat Kansas.
Not a Hunter Dickinson Kansas team.
No, we did not beat Hunter Dickinson.
If he was on that team, I don't know. I remember him at Michigan, but
he beat us at Michigan.
Oh, yeah, we kicked their ass in the Bahamas. I remember now.
Yeah. We might have beaten them twice even. Just once?
Just once, yeah.
Okay.
Just once. But we
had beaten them.
We did kick their ass that time. We kind of choked them out in Candy Chandler's year, I'm pretty sure.
Now, if you want to throw Michigan State in there.
We beat them in an exhibition.
We had that exhibition.
And we'll get a chance to beat them this year.
UConn.
We haven't played UConn.
I guess you'd have to call UConn a blue blood.
UConn's a blue blood.
They're probably the bluest of blood
right now
in this century, actually. So yeah, we haven't played them.
We need a win over Purdue. We need a win over Michigan.
Well, we ain't ever beaten Purdue
at some point. We play Purdue again this year.
That's an L. Just better hope we never.
See, that's what's going to happen, Cody. We've got to right the ship. We're going to beat down Purdue. All will be right in the world. Zacky's going to be in attendance for that game.
We are never beating Purdue or Michigan. It's just not what we
not
do.
With that attitude.
We just don't do it. We're 0 for 10.
You don't trust Juke Harris out there on the court?
I love Juke Harris. Well, I wouldn't say I love him yet because I hadn't seen him play, but I expect to love Juke Harris. But I don't, we're not beating Michigan or Purdue. We just don't do it. We can beat anybody else. And that ain't a bad deal.
So theoretically, we can play 4 games now, right?
Well, I reckon, yeah, if it's a 16-team tournament format. Yeah. Wonder how the seeding will work.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine they try to just draw it evenly or just try to randomize it. I would imagine that since it's a tournament built on just a bracket, just kind of shake them up and see how they spill out. Maybe they use the AP poll to do it. But last year, it felt like they were trying to keep it somewhat even where each team they kind of broke them up in tiers, right? Where each like top tier team got another game against a top tier team, aka Tennessee versus Houston, and also got like a game against one of the lower tier teams, aka Tennessee versus Rutgers, to try to build up your point differential. Is how it seemed like they did last year.
Yes.
Now with it being a 16-team tournament, I think it's more likely they just try to maybe randomly seed it.
So Baylor, Texas Tech, Kansas State, Maryland. What were some of the teams in that second half of like who would you most want to play in the first round there? Wait,
on the flip side, does this now mean that we could also only play 1 game?
Well, if it's as simple as, I mean, it seems that way, but are they doing some sort of double elimination?
No.
It's just as simple as a 16-team bracket?
They said they're moving to bracket play, so it to me, bracket, you win, you advance, you lose, you're out. Because I did like the idea of having, 3 guaranteed non-conference games with 2 of them almost assuredly being quality opponents. Now you're only guaranteed 1.
Could you not have split the 24 teams and done a double elimination type of thing over like 2 weekends?
There was some talk of that. Now, whether or not you want to have all these teams in Vegas for like 2 weeks, that seems like it'd get pretty expensive. But there was talk after last year, Cody, that they would do an expanded field and do pool play.
Well, maybe not 2 weekends, maybe just like a week.
Well, there was talk that they would do some some either neutral sites or randomly decide who's home, who's away, and then only send 8 teams to Vegas for a bracket. So the 24 teams would play each other, not necessarily a round robin, but you play a couple games, take your record / point differential there.
I guess they couldn't have made as much money doing that. That's right. Probably why they did this other thing.
Now, I do think, thinking big picture, it would be pretty cool if you could take a non-conference weekend early in the season, play 2 or 3 games from Thursday to Sunday, or maybe Wednesday to Sunday, or however you want to do it, where you're not necessarily playing back-to-backs, or maybe you only play 2 games and take your point differential to qualify for a 16-team Vegas tournament.
I think this Vegas tournament would be more interesting if it had some stakes.
It does have stakes. $1 million. The players get paid.
$1 million.
Yeah, that's a lot for the players.
Each player gets $1 million?
No, they split it.
That ain't that much.
I've been on the team, being in college and be like, hey, especially if you're one of those guys who don't have NIL money, hey, here's an extra $80,000. I don't think any college.
That ain't nothing to these guys.
I don't think any college kid's going to say, hey, I don't think any human's going to say, hey, I don't want this $80,000 to do what I was already doing for free.
That ain't nothing.
I get a trip to Vegas and you can give me $80,000. What the hell are you talking about?
$1 million. I mean, give me a break.
Terrible take.
Nobody needs $1 million split between how many 15 players?
Definitely more at stake than the damn Bahamas or Battle for Atlantis. Or I guess that is the Bahamas. The Maui Invitational. It just gives you a little trophy.
I'm just saying $1 million don't move the needle.
Yeah, it does.
College basketball era. Make it $5 million.
What do you mean it doesn't move the needle? Make
it $5 million.
Did you not hear the list of teams?
Make it $10 million.
Did you not hear the list of teams that just showed up? If it didn't move the needle, you wouldn't have every damn blue blood top ranked team wanting to go, except strangely Kentucky.
Well, yeah.
Kentucky doesn't get invited to this.
Well, they're not a blue blood anymore.
And I guess Duke is going to do their own thing too, but pretty much every other team is here.
Blue blood should be able to shift. It should be like a relegation. Kentucky should no longer be a blue blood. They're down to purple blood status. I just think there should be some stakes in terms of what if there were stakes in terms of the postseason? Like you win the Players Era tournament, you're guaranteed a top 4 seed in March or something like that.
You just get to take the rest of the season off?
Yeah. I don't know. Make it
You're having the same discussions we have every year in the NBA about the damn in-season tournament where people are like, we got to have
that's
stakes.
A joke, too.
Give it a top 4 seed. Well, how about this? How about you don't watch the damn tournament then?
I'm going to watch
it.
it.
How about you don't watch because there's no stakes attached to it?
I'm going to watch it.
Don't watch.
I'm going to watch it.
Close your eyes.
I mean, just
sit there and eat turkey and gravy and just don't even bother watching.
Turkey and gravy, really? You think that's what I'm going to be eating that week, turkey and gravy? Yeah, I probably will be.
Send us a break, Bubba. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends should. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week, and we've got the best promotions, like kicking off the week with Cinco de Mayo. Then all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and this weekend, get to the ballpark early on Friday and get your free camo replica jersey. Love gum? Well, good. It's Big League Chew Night on Saturday with post-game fireworks, and we're celebrating Mom on Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Woo! What a week. Reserve your seats now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, GainBridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently because it's designed to put you in charge of growing your own savings. It's intuitive, it's easy, and best of all, it's on your terms. No wonder GainBridge has earned the trust of 40% repeat customers. It's a better way to invest, because it's investing your way. Get started today at GainBridge.io.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
And it's been a while since I could call you.
Never mind all this money they're going to give the players and that every team wants to go and hang out in Vegas.
I do need steaks, but I think I'd rather have these lamb. I don't even know what these are. This, this Paige Dower of whoever she is. She covers Tennessee. She's tweeting out photos of this nutrition over there on campus. The Vol football meals.
Let me guess, the food looks good.
It looks amazing.
They're not feeding the boys slop.
Look at that meat.
Cody, have you ever gotten those like $29.99 for 30 ribeyes or something like that?
Yeah, this ain't that. Look at that meat, Bubba. Look how good that looks.
Have you seen this video of this rabid beaver trying to attack these boys on the riverbanks?
Sean Bishop.
Sean Bishop. Look at this. This is scary. Look at this beaver. It is trying to kill these boys. It is. They try to pick it up and yeet it. They try to pick it up and body slam it. It just keeps coming after them.
Well, they're probably out there screwing with it.
They're messing with his sticks. You can see his sticks right there. He's trying to build a dam.
Well, yeah.
But look at him coming on land.
Well, he's trying to save himself. Them boys probably out there messing with him.
They just pick him up and
Unbelievable.
launch him like 15 feet, but he starts swimming back at him. This little ass dog gets in like it's going to do anything about it.
That poor beaver. He's just out there trying to build a dam, provide for his family. Them boys out there messing with him. You know how that goes.
He really is. It's funny. There's just a big bunch of sticks there. He is just trying to build a bridge.
Look at these tacos. Look at these. They're like,
brother, we don't have to do this every time they post new food.
I just want to eat over there.
They got the boys. They got the boys fed. We know that.
Do you think if I agree to do a story on them, like a whole, well, no, see, Paige Dower's already doing that.
She beat you to it.
I just want to eat over there.
She probably got to eat over there.
I'm sure she did.
She probably didn't appreciate what she had.
I need to message this girl, Katie O'Connor. I guess she's the one that does all the cooking.
I got some connections over there, but you haven't shown yourself to be reliable enough for me to go out and try to get you over there.
She's the director of football nutrition.
That was one of the big hires that Owing said he had to have to come.
Maybe I need to reach out to her. I mean, they are doing some good
I think
eating.
that's John's story. John's more in tune with nutrition right now.
That's true.
What?
He's meal prepping.
That's true. I do eat better than Cody. That is true.
But you wouldn't even eat the things they put in front of you. You got to have somebody willing to eat it.
I'd take a little bit. I wouldn't really eat the lamb because I've told you about
too spicy.
No,
you got to have somebody willing to eat it.
I told you about my emotional attachment to my pet I used to have.
Garth,
so I don't really eat lamb.
Garth the lamb.
Yeah.
I've heard the story.
Yeah. So I don't really eat lamb, so I won't eat it. But I'll take pictures of it and send it to you like Paige does.
It's still good, though, even if you had a pet.
No thanks.
I mean, you had cows, too. But
I never considered any of those pets. I was taught from an early age those aren't pets.
Yeah.
So I can eat those risk-free, guilt-free.
Lamb's good. I don't think it's still not as good as cow, though.
I wouldn't eat dog for the same reason.
RFK would. And he's the health minister. Speaking of health, Hantavirus, huh? It's going around.
You stepped over my joke that I was going to make about cats.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
You want to rewind?
No.
Bubba, can you do the rewind thing so he can make his joke about cats?
No, I'm not going to now. But just know it was going to be a good one. And you were going to laugh, but it's ruined now.
Did it have to do with RFK?
No. It's ruined.
Yeah. Well, that's disappointing.
But I have been watching some Curb Your Enthusiasm in the evenings. And it's so weird seeing Cheryl on there and knowing that she's married to RFK.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird.
It is a little jarring whenever I see it.
Do you think they fight about her role in the show?
Well, the show's over now, of course, so there's probably not much fighting about it anymore. But
you think they fought about her being in bed with Larry David? Damn liberal.
No, it was the other side that apparently Larry got mad that she was, basically like his political beliefs and RFK's didn't really match up.
Right.
Yeah. They didn't really mesh.
Yeah, no, they certainly don't.
I saw a very awkward street interaction where somebody, I guess a new age paparazzi, went and put a camera in Larry's face on the street, asking him if he enjoyed a movie. And Larry just kind of just gets really mad. He's like, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here. Leave me alone. And they keep trying to put a camera in him and his new woman's face. And then eventually the guy's like, did you like the movie, Larry? He's like, yeah, it was lovely. Now get out of here.
I like that Larry gets to just be a jerk because it's expected.
It's a good lane to be in.
It's like his personality.
That's an underrated show.
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
I think it's rated pretty highly.
I was watching, for me, I never really watched it, but I was watching the episode where it's like the guy, whether or not he fakes the disorder to cut in line.
Mm-hmm.
And so Larry does that, but
I think it's my favorite.
Talking about the guy in the movie theaters? I was just watching that one last night.
Yeah.
The guy that pretends to be mentally challenged so he can cut to the front of the line. That's the one I watched last night. That was a real heater of a run. Season 6, episode 9, 10, and then season 7, episode 1, Funkhauser's Crazy Sister. Those maybe are my 3 favorites because episode 9 is the therapist, where the therapist tells Larry to give Cheryl an ultimatum to move back. So then she's like, that's crazy. No, I'm not doing that. So then Larry stages the mugging where he protects her therapist. I love that part. Whenever he's telling Leon the plan about how Leon's going to rob her, and then Leon's like, yeah, okay. So Larry jumps out. I whip Larry's ass. And he's like, whoa. You whip my ass? No, you don't whip my ass. Like, yeah, Larry, somebody's got to get messed up. I'm not going out like a punk. And Larry's like, no. Love that part. And then episode 10, when he decides he's going to go for Miss Black, he's gonna spoiler alert, Bub. I don't know if you've ever watched it. Him and Vivica fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's great part. I love the end of that season whenever they're doing like a little montage and Susie comes to the house and is doing her typical thing where she's yelling at Larry, calling him bald and all these bad names, and then Vivica pops out. Who are you talking to? You don't call my man that. Great comedy.
That's a good one because somebody finally stands up to Susie.
Yeah. And Larry's like, yeah, tell her. And then Funkadler's crazy sister. That's a all-time episode for me. You ever seen that one, Bubba?
No, I'm just now getting into Curb, so.
And you're at season 6, episode 9?
I'm just watching episodes, John.
You're just randomly hopping in?
Yeah.
You can kind of do that with Curb.
You're just hitting random?
Yeah, so it's like I see clips on Twitter. I'm like, oh, that clip is really funny. Let me go see what this episode's about.
All right.
And then I do that, and it's like, oh, I enjoyed that.
I mean, that is kind of the idea of a sitcom, is that you can pretty much watch them at any time. Like, you don't necessarily have to know what's going on, what season of Seinfeld you're in. Just watch an episode. Same as Curb, and okay.
There are still points that connect, though.
Yeah.
Like if you want to watch it chronologically.
Like season 6, Cheryl and him get divorced or separated at that point.
And then there's Meet the Blacks.
Yeah. Well, they're there the whole season, yeah. But then he falls, he takes Vivica to the dance. But you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I love Leon and I love Susie.
Maybe watch season 7, episode 1, Bubba. Watch Funkhauser's Crazy Sister and tell me what you think about that, because it's one of my favorites. I was wondering why she kept singing I Love the Fat Man.
It's my favorite funny show. I think it's number 1 for me.
It's either number 1 or number 2 for me. It's 1A, 1B. I love both Curb and Always Sunny. Depends what kind of mood I'm in, but both of those, I love both of those. And then like maybe 3 is I love King of Queens.
Yeah. I like Curb so much more than Seinfeld, personally.
I agree with that. I like Seinfeld, but Curb
just
to me
all
is,
the Seinfeld jokes that they
are Larry David's jokes, so I guess he gets to retell them. But yeah, retell them in like a dirty way instead.
Yeah, it just feels more authentic. Like, which that's the difference in being on HBO versus regular TV.
I would say that on TV, there's never been a better friend character than Jeff. Jeff and Larry's friendship to me is the funniest thing and the best thing about the show. They're wired the same way and just always willing to lie for each other. I just
like when Jeff's cheating on Susie.
Yeah. Larry's willing to do anything, even wear women's panties to help him out of it. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
well,
great.
Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Stick with us.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports, said not in my house. I ain't talking to Kimbe. John and Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines is brought to you by SM Athletics. If you need some gear made, give SM Athletics a call at 865-966-3434. When I say gear, I mean either uniform or equipment for your sports team. I mean either hoodies, hats, cups, sweaters, T-shirts. Oh, we do a lot of T-shirts for your club or your organization. SM Athletics can do it all. You'll get excellent customer service while they do it. 865-966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. Hour 3 headlines. Cody McClure, collision course right now.
Thank you, John. Aaron Rodgers is expected to return to the Steelers for the 2026 season, per Ian Rappaport.
Say that again?
Aaron Rodgers expected to return to the Steelers. He's going to visit Pittsburgh over the weekend to work out a deal. No deal in place yet, but they're planning for further discussion, and Ian Rappaport says he will likely play for them in 2026 this season.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm over Rodgers. I've been over him for for like 5 years. I mean, it'll be cool to see if he comes out and has a moment. Like if he has a fun moment, I'll be like, the old guy still got it, but it's time to retire. I mean, they're not going to win anything with Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback.
I'm very interested in the potential of all these teams that kind of don't have a quarterback but kind of need a quarterback. I'm interested in what happens if Brendan Sorsby is ruled ineligible and they have a supplemental draft, because he's an older quarterback, right? I mean, Sorsby, was he older? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe he wasn't. He's 22 years old. Okay. So a little bit older, but not super. But if he is a supplemental draft eligible and these teams can try to get him and add them to the roster, because I think the Steelers, I think the Browns, both those teams would be very interested in adding him.
I mean, if I was the Cleveland Browns, I would certainly be putting in some work on him.
If I was the Pittsburgh Steelers, I would as well. So, like, if he was eligible for the supplemental draft, I mean, like, I feel like that's a difference maker almost for maybe not this season, but like some franchises that don't really ever get to, at least in the Steelers case, a franchise that doesn't really ever get to pick at the top of the draft to be able to pay for a quarterback. A young quarterback would be interesting. And then the Browns, of course, who I said have a loaded roster, an easy schedule, and no quarterbacks to help them. I would find that to be pretty fascinating as well. But you're saying the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers look to be getting something done.
It appears that way. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, certainly does. So we'll see. Luke Combs set the Neyland Stadium concert attendance record.
How about
his show this past weekend?
How about that? Just a couple weeks ago, you were asking and basically claiming that he wasn't big enough to play Neyland Stadium. Now look at him.
Well, I was simply asking.
You said this guy's sucks. He shouldn't be playing
Neyland. Second time today I've asked a question, and you said it means that I said
no. I think in this case you were just saying Luke Combs wasn't good enough to play Neyland Stadium.
I didn't say that.
I think the number's skewed.
I do think the number's skewed too, but I don't believe the number either.
For Morgan Wallen, they had a section blocked off. One was like directly behind the stage instead of the 360 stage that they had going on. It's also you add in that section, Morgan Wallen might have a couple more seats involved.
I agree that the numbers are skewed. I don't believe that there are 92,000 people in there or that they even sold 92,000 tickets. But I will also say that I think Luke Combs in Neyland was a success. It was not the disaster that we thought it was going to be.
92,045 was the attendance record, according to Jason Baum, PR. It set a new single show mark for a concert in Neyland.
Again, Cody acted like he shouldn't even be playing at Neyland Stadium. Said he was a bum.
Yeah, I didn't say any
of that. A big fat
slob
slob is what he called him.
Didn't say a single word of that. You are lying to our audience right now about what I said. There are now 7 confirmed Hantavirus cases per the WHO. Have you seen these old tweets? These are creepy. This guy tweeted in 2022 about coronavirus and said, 2026, get ready for Hantavirus. Now I'm seeing a tweet from 2012. Some guy said, overheard behind me while watching H1N1 workshop today. You want to really make a pandemic? Make Hantavirus human transmissible. This guy tweeted this in 2012. People are digging up all these old tweets about the conspiracy theorists are always going to be out there looking for a good conspiracy. And some are saying that that's the case with the Hantavirus. We'll see how it progresses. It's extremely deadly.
I'm a little worried about going out of the country, to be honest.
To the Bahamas?
Yeah, during this new outbreak. I'm just worried about traveling.
You're not going to be on a cruise ship, are you?
No, but they send those people off the cruise ship and send them back? Like they've let those people off the boat, haven't they?
Yeah, they should have never let them off the boat, for being honest.
We were having the trolley experiment in real life. Like, do you just keep these people on this damn boat?
They should have sunk the ship.
Or at least waited till they were healthy.
They should have kept them contained for sure and not let anybody off. Well, moving on to some better news. Tennessee target favor.
Do you think I should be worried about going out of the country? Because I am. I don't really think I should be traveling right now.
I wouldn't worry about it. You'll either get it and die or you won't.
Do we know who's dying from this thing? Because, I mean, like, I saw the mortality rates, like, so far, like, in, like, the 40%, right? Like, but, like, was it just a bunch of old people that got it, or are we killing healthy people, or what's happening here?
That's the thing with this. I don't want to fear monger. You know, there's a lot of fear mongering going on.
I'm fearful.
Apparently,
I'm scared.
Human-to-human transmission is very rare in this. It's always been very rare. We've had these scares before COVID became what it did. I mean, you remember back in the day, the bird flu, mad cow disease, H1N1. We've had these things in our life for many years. The thing is, if it does spread human to human, then yeah, the death rate is pretty bad. It's like 30 to 50%, but I think that's rare. And I'm speaking from someone who has absolutely no medical acumen.
What you say doesn't really
No,
make
but
me
I'm
feel
telling you
better
what I've read and seen on tweets.
Okay. I'll trust it.
So I don't think it's anything to worry about yet. But we'll see. Favor eBay, the 7'1" big man Tennessee is looking to add for its final roster spot. He's getting ready to visit Virginia today. So we didn't get a commitment from him yet.
Okay. They still need a big man somewhere.
Yeah, he's big. He's 7'1".
We need a big man somewhere. Either the transfer portal or in the high school ranks. We need somebody with size, with girth, with height.
He's still going to go hear out Virginia, see what they pitch to him.
And I guess, I was thinking out loud about that players' era tournaments, about only getting one game. They do have loser brackets in other tournaments. Shout out to Grant Ramey for helping point that out to me. They do have loser brackets in other tournaments. And ESPN did promise 37 games. So I would imagine you're getting a guaranteed 3 games no matter what. So have no fear.
All right.
Yeah.
Tennessee softball getting set for SEC tournament play Wednesday.
Yeah, no, they lost. They're out. Today is Thursday.
Yep, they lost.
They were getting ready for it, and then they lost.
Yeah, they got beat by who was it they lost to?
Boy, did your bookmarks? You've already ran through them.
No, I'm just I'm looking at this Fox Sports Knoxville tweet.
Ole Miss.
I try to read Williams stuff.
Ole Miss beat them 4-1. Tennessee out of the SEC tournaments. They lost to the 13 seed. An Ole Miss team that was 6-18 in SEC play.
Well, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. The worst part is the scoring one-run thing. The scoring one run thing is pretty gross. Makes me wonder about, our lineup as we head to, the real postseason. Pitching will be fun. I know they gave up 4 runs to Ole Miss, but I have no real fear about the pitching not being being able to overwhelm team. But the bats, that concerns me a little bit.
Pete Nakos said that Tennessee basketball has spent over $18 million on its roster. The all-in price for one of the biggest portal classes this cycle is over $18 million. Nakos wrote about Tennessee, and we could eventually cross the $20 million threshold, depending on the final pieces we add. So we should have one of the more expensive rosters in college basketball. The Knoxville McKays officially closed its doors for the final time on Sunday.
Oh, that kind of came and went. I didn't even see anybody really talking about it. Did they have like any type of big farewell thing, or
I don't know?
Seems like it kind of went out without any fanfare at all.
I think leading up to that, people were just kind of going crazy. So it's just a little remnants of what was there.
Yeah, like obviously they weren't getting much new stuff, so it just kind of got all picked apart.
Yeah.
Once I found out that it was mostly because of like a union dispute, my interest in the story kind of went away in terms of trying to have like a big farewell for them or say goodbye or anything. It's just kind of like, whatever, business is business.
You should have went over there and chained yourself to the door. Said, don't close. I like my used DVDs.
The drive could have gotten some good practice. They could have protected McKay's before they protect the G10 garage. They could have started at McKay's.
I think a local business around here, like a record shop or a thrift store or something like that, is honoring like McKay's, like their points or whatever.
Oh, okay. That's smart for them.
Only like half of it, but
yeah, try to get their customers in there though. Try to get people to still keep shopping physical copies and coming and supporting. I imagine they're going to tear that building down and put something else there. Seems like a pretty good location. Seems like a pretty good
hotel.
Perfect place for either a hotel or a data center now.
Pretty big spot right there. Yeah.
Probably be a hotel right there. Maybe a Comfort Inn. Something like that. Maybe a La Quinta. Never know how to say it. Well, also in local news, the KPD is looking for a driver who officers say drove past the newly installed bollards on Gay Street Bridge. I guess that's what those things are called. I've never known what those are called. Those things that keep you from driving on a road.
They're called bollards?
That stick up from the ground, those poles.
Yeah.
I guess they're called bollards. Apparently a driver went down the pedestrian-only Gay Street Bridge in a car. As you all know, the Gay Street Bridge now limited to pedestrians only.
Were they drunk?
Well, I don't know.
Were they drunk or just bad drivers?
How would we know if they were drunk if they hadn't found them? Well, it did happen around 3 a.m. Saturday, so I'd say there's a chance. Pretty good likelihood of it.
Or it's a Uber driver.
Yeah, could
that
be an
may
Uber
not
driver.
speak English as their primary language.
Yeah, could be that.
Could have been Cody McClure.
Well, I wouldn't be in a black Nissan. This looks like a what is that? What is it? An Xterra? Is that what that is? It's got a kayak on top, headed to South Knoxville. That checks out. Yep.
It's a long day at the river.
Says they're trying to figure out who it was.
So they're like actively looking for them, trying to.
Yeah, the driver he hit both set of bollards. Says KPD officials.
That's got to be kind of scary. Do you turn yourself in?
Oh, then they said it happened around 3 a.m. Saturday. A person in a black Nissan drove in. The driver hit both bollards and damaged landscaping and city property. While no one was hurt, the department said the driver left the scene on foot.
Oh, he left his car?
I guess so.
Oh. He was definitely drunk.
Yeah, that's the only reason you would leave the scene on foot.
Yeah, he was definitely drunk.
If you had done that and then realized you had messed up and you're like, oh, I'm drunk. I got to get out of this situation.
You asked how we would know that. Turns out we do know.
Context clues, I think, safe to say the guy was drunk.
I feel
and safe to say it was a guy. Could be a girl. Most likely a guy.
Yeah, I'm less confident in saying it's a guy.
Johnny Manziel set to give boxing a try.
Good. I want to see him get knocked out.
He's going to fight Bob Meanery. You know who Bob Meanery is?
No, but I'm ready to see Johnny get knocked out.
Well, he's going to fight this guy in Vegas. He's going to try his hand May 23rd at the UFC Apex in Vegas, facing a social media influencer, Bob Meanery.
Knock him out. Bob Meanery, how do you spell that?
M-E-N, well, B-O-B first.
Sure, yeah.
Space.
M-E-N-E-R-Y.
That's it, yep.
38 years old. Okay, this guy does not look like he's going to be able to knock Johnny Manziel out.
Johnny Manziel was a Division I athlete.
Yeah.
He was an NFL
He played in the NFL, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he may be, compared to other guys of his peers, he may not be the most physically imposing guy, but for the average streamer, I'd say you wouldn't want to fight Johnny Manziel. And speaking of
UFC, hold on. UFC CEO said he'd bet $10,000 for the social media influencer would bet. Okay, so Dana White's saying he doesn't think this is going to actually happen because he was like, "Oh, this guy's going to back out," but now he's putting it on. It's at It's a boxing match at a UFC event, which is weird.
And speaking of washed-up quarterbacks, Russell Wilson says he's weighing offers from the Jets or network TV.
Just go do network TV, man.
I think that's what I'd do if I was. That's where Russ could really cook, is on network TV.
I don't want to see Johnny Manziel fight Bob Meanery. I don't care.
Well, don't watch it.
I'm not going to. Just let me know if he gets knocked out.
In the NBA tonight, we got Lakers Thunder and Cavs Pistons again. Any bets you'd like me to make?
I don't have a good grip on that Cavs Pistons series. I feel like it's destined to go to 7 games. I don't know if the Cavs can win on the road. I think I like the Cavs team better than the Pistons team, but like Donovan Mitchell's been struggling. You know James Harden's postseason track record, although I maintain that he usually it can get you to the conference finals. Then that's where he chokes. But like, I kind of think of Cleveland's bigs as kind of soft with Jared Allen and Mobley. So like, I feel like Durant and should be able to, kind of push them around. I lean towards the Cavs plus 3.5, Cody, but like, I don't know. And then the other one, the Lakers Thunder, my thoughts on it.
Yeah, not going to be close.
Just feels like the Thunder ain't got nothing for them, or the Lakers ain't got nothing for them. I mean, maybe just bet LeBron James to score over 21 points. Just ride that. Just bet on LeBron.
I can do that.
Yeah. It's just one bet, but maybe you can find something else to parlay it with. I don't like any of the lines in that game for the Lakers Thunder. I wouldn't bet the Thunder minus 15.5. I wouldn't take the Lakers plus 15.5, but I'll probably keep betting LeBron to score at least 20 points.
Also, one last one that I missed. Jaylen Brown says that if it were up to him, he'd stay with the Celtics. He says he'd play for the Celtics for 10 years if it's up to him.
Yeah, I think I'm already annoyed with the Jaylen Brown talk this offseason. We just got started. But, like, he did all that stuff about being frustrated and yada, yada, yada. And now all of a sudden he's like, well, actually, no, I want to be here forever. I love this place. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this all offseason, Jaylen Brown. I don't want to do it.
Guess how many DoorDash orders there have been in the first 3 months of this year?
Find out after the break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Good morning, sports fans. It's Aiden Sidoti with your Talk Sports update. In the MLB, Shane McClanahan pushed his scoreless streak to 16 2/3 innings as the Rays shut out Toronto 3-0 to finish a sweep over the Blue Jays Wednesday. In the NBA, Victor Wembanyama posted 19 points and 15 rebounds as the Spurs rolled past Minnesota 133-95 to even their Western Conference semifinal series at 1 apiece. And now back to John, Cody, and the P team in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studio.
DoorDashing, how many orders have been made on DoorDash in the first 3 months?
How many orders do you think in the world in the first 3 months of 2026? I'll give you a hint. It is up from last year.
It's going to be in the billions, correct?
That seems like a lot.
Oh, okay. It's not going to be in the billions.
You have squandered my my fun story. Wet blanket. You have wet blanketed me.
I really thought it'd be like close to $1 billion, just because I feel like there's some people out here. $1 billion's a terrible. I mean, for 3 months though. Is DoorDash global?
You're not far off when you say it's close to $1 billion.
Yeah,
but it's not in the billions.
Yeah, like I would say there's some people out there, man, that DoorDash 2 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
That are really like helping keep this average up. But sorry to ruin it, but 700 million.
933 million orders.
How about that, Bubba? How close was I with the billion?
I watch a couple guys do this.
You watch guys
so like
DoorDash?
on like they'll live stream themselves as like a DoorDasher.
What
so
kind
they
of kink is that?
Not very all. But like a lot of times it's overseas and like, you know, whatever big city over there where it's more walk-on stuff, but they'll ride their bikes around and they're like bike dashers.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they have that option in America too, and that seems absolutely miserable to be out on a bike delivering DoorDash.
Maybe like in New York, but other than that, like
one time in Knoxville when it was raining, my friends were trying to DoorDash and the guy was picking it up on a bicycle. It was like going to be like a 35-minute ride on the bicycle.
Yeah, that's great.
And I was like, you got to cancel this. I'm not waiting this guy for 45 minutes and having him bicycle over from like, it was going to be like from like Chili's all the way past Middlebrook. And like,
that's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
So no, people do it here in town too. And on one hand, I get it, man. You ain't got a car. You want to go out and make some money and try to, you know, make something of yourself. I applaud the hustle, but
yeah, if you're in a city, like if you're in one small
like a 10-block radius of Manhattan or something like that, sure.
You could theoretically do it Market Square, downtown, and like campus. You could theoretically bicycle around there and deliver food, and it wouldn't be that big of a problem other than the hills. But it's crazy. I mean, up until maybe 6 months ago, I had never DoorDashed some food. Now, I will say here on the morning show, I've done maybe 3 or 4 like Chick-fil-A orders whenever I've gotten food for you guys, and just I've wanted some food. But that's crazy because it's like $12 or $14 more expensive, and I'm like, I don't understand how people live this way.
People are lazy.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it's sad. Like I did have a neighbor. She had really bad MS and like a teenage kid that didn't have a car and wasn't old enough to drive. So like,
there's exceptions.
Yeah, they were constantly door dashing. I felt bad for them though, because I mean, they had no option to go out and get food.
There are exceptions. I mean, there's people who are not mobile.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I think are just lazy. Just like
my sister used to do it, man. I don't know if she still does, but like she lives down in Athens, and she lives, basically on the main highway, where like if she needs to go pick up some food, it's literally like 5 minutes away, and she was door dashing like twice a day. Just like wouldn't leave the house to get food. And I was like, what are you doing? Think about how much more money you're spending doing that. But she didn't care. She's like, it's convenient.
Well, the key is to be more broke than you are lazy, because if you're more broke than you are lazy, then you won't do it. You'll get in the car and go get it. If you only got $11 to spend,
that is true.
You'll hop in the car and go to the drive-thru, dollar menu it. It's just the quality's bad when you get like most things you order. The quality's going to be bad. You got to order the right things if you're going to do that. Like
the biscuits ain't been bad. Whenever they've brought us Chick-fil-A, and it has been pretty fast. And sometimes I'm pushing it in the morning. I don't really like breakfast, but some days I do want to eat it. But like, you drive by and it's like, it's gonna be a little bit too long. I'll just DoorDash it. But the next thing you know, boom, it's an extra $15 gone.
I've used it on like coffee orders.
Yeah,
when I gotta have my coffee.
Gotta have my coffee.
I mean, because there's been some days where I would just be too late to even go to Starbucks and didn't have anything else. So
before we get to Bubba's Capper Facts, did you see Draymond Green last night?
Where was he in town?
Was he fighting somebody?
He was verbally fighting somebody. It's been weird. Over the last week, he has got himself in a beef with Austin Rivers. You remember him from Duke, and then an NBA career, Doc's son.
Yeah.
He's involved in a beef with him that he's losing. And last night he started he was on Inside the NBA. Shaq wasn't there, so Draymond was sitting in. And, they're talking about the Golden State Warriors' future and hanging on too long and how they're not going to necessarily win championships anymore. And then Draymond tried to call out Charles Barkley, like his Rockets career. But now everybody on the internet's just been like, you're barking up the wrong tree, because even at the end of his career in Houston, Charles Barkley was much better than the player Draymond Green is. So he's losing this beef too. I didn't know if you guys watched that. I was going to say something like, Capper Facts, Draymond Green is crazy for calling out Charles Barkley, who he's not as good of a player as, but I had to fill you guys in on the story.
I didn't see it.
Okay. Either way, Bubba, hit the music.
It's a damn shame. Just remember all caps when you spell the man name.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Our country has failed us.
Facts. I had one coach, and he used to say, "Put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh
Play
yeah,
outside
that's my
of your
favorite
comfort
saying.
zone."
That's my favorite saying. I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and I said he was going. Before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that, and my friends was with me, and they was like, okay. So when he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now.
Bow, bow. So this first Capper Facts, it was intriguing. It was kind of sent to me.
Okay.
In the
nice. I appreciate when the audience helps out here and helps you with trivia questions or Capper Facts topics. Shout out to them.
I've never really thought about this guy much, and I try not to, but musician.
Musician?
Brad Paisley should be considered a top 10 guitarist.
Brad Paisley should be considered a top 10 guitarist. I hear people always say this about Brad Paisley, but my question is, why do they think this? Where does Brad Paisley shred the guitar at?
He's got some heat, man.
Where at, though?
And it's on. I was thinking more so along the lines of just like musician.
Yeah, I mean, like I like Brad Paisley, or at least I used to. I don't really know many of his songs over the last like decade, but like I've always heard he's a really good guitar player, and like they had him do it at the World Series. He came out and played the guitar for and sang. I believe was that it in L.A. Maybe. I just don't. I'm unaware of the songs he's on where they really shred the guitar. Are there? I mean, like when I hear "I'm Gonna Miss Her," I don't think of the guitar really getting picked or shredded.
Whiskey Lullaby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think of a
great riff on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really think of the guitar there either. So like I don't understand where people get this with Brad Paisley. So I'll say cap. I imagine Cody's gonna go big cap.
Yeah, I need one of those oversized caps that you get at the ballpark. It's got like I mean, top 10 and what? You telling me top 10? What, all time of guitar players? No. He doesn't even sniff the top 10. I mean, if you had said top 100, I mean, maybe you can make a case there, but...
Would you consider him a top 10 country music artist?
Of all time?
Yeah.
No.
All time?
No.
Since 2000?
Maybe.
Yeah. Since 2000, maybe.
Yeah. Is he a top 10 guitar player in what town does he live in?
Now, look, apparently he does a lot of like TikToks and like things where he shows off the guitar, and like there are plenty of threads about how good of a guitar player he is. I've never seen it. So like, I'd be curious if you have some videos, send them to me.
There's 10,000 great guitar players in the country that you've never even heard of.
Sure.
That's the thing with guitar play. But to me, to make you one of the greats though, is you got to have songs. Like you have to take that skill and put it into songwriting and being iconic with it to be considered one of the greats, don't you?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Because there's session musicians in Nashville, guys who you've never heard of. There's 1,000 random dudes in Nashville that can probably play the guitar like Brad Paisley can. Maybe not 1,000, but you get my point.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is very talented and very good, but like
calling him top 10 feels not accurate at all.
That's cap.
Yeah.
That's cap. Keith Urban's a great guitar player.
But you wouldn't consider him top 10, would you?
No.
NFL teams should play their exhibition games in college stadiums.
Interesting. I mean, we kind of talked about this with the Grizzlies a couple weeks ago about, like how, Adam Silver's like, hey, let's play some preseason games in Nashville. Like, I do think it'd be cool if the Titans were like, hey, we're going to come in August and play a preseason game in Neyland Stadium. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now, doing it in Vanderbilt Stadium, not so much. But, like, in New York, what are they going to do, Bubba? Are they going to go to Rutgers and play? That feels like it'd be kind of dumb. I get it, like, in the South where the state's more spread out and, like, you need to, attract the fan base, and college football is a big deal. But I don't think everybody could do it.
The South and the Midwest make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the East Coast, they don't give a damn about college football.
Yeah.
People in New York City and Philadelphia, and like, they don't care. New York, I mean, yeah, I mean, what are you going to go to Syracuse or like?
It really wouldn't work in most places.
Maybe in Pennsylvania, like
Penn State for the Steelers go play at Penn State.
Yeah, because those people seem to be geographically that makes sense. Like the Eagles, though, I mean, do they go to Penn State? Like Boston, like the Patriots, they're going to go to Boston College. I mean,
yeah, having the Lions play in the big house up there.
No, that would be
makes
cool.
Sense.
The Lions playing there would be cool. Like I said, the Titans and Neyland Stadium would be cool. If the Cowboys went out to the Longhorn Stadium in Austin, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's just the Northeast teams, you kind of run into a problem there.
It does make sense in the South and the Midwest, though. I think it'd be cool to see. What about the West Coast? Like the Rams have played at the Coliseum before.
Yeah, it's not that unusual for them. Hell, they made the Chargers play in a soccer stadium in front of 30,000 people for a full regular season, so that wouldn't be nothing new to them.
Yeah.
It just goes back to, though, what I said about the Grizzlies. Like, any of those teams should be trying everything they can to connect with a statewide audience. But I will say that overall, Bubba, that it is cap. But I'd like to see the Titans do it, especially instead of starting their, whenever they open the new stadium. I don't want them to play preseason games in it first. I want the first game, the first regular season game, to be the first time you see that stadium.
To be a Titans game?
Like a Titans regular season game, yeah. Not a preseason game.
Yeah. Or WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I go cap, I guess. Makes sense in some places. It'd be cool to see some places. But cap.
We need more athletes to boycott in sports.
What do you mean by this? We need to be able to hate certain athletes and be able to boycott them? Or you're saying we need players like, you talked about Sabalenka yesterday being like, you know what? We're not going to play. The one time the Clippers threatened to boycott.
I need more lockouts happening.
Oh, you want more lockouts? I don't think there's really any league that would benefit from a lockout. Like, the WNBA threatened it, and I was just like, man, as someone who likes the WNBA and watches it, if they have a lockout, that's going to turn off a lot of people and stop a lot of their momentum. They don't really have the standing to survive that. Hell, baseball itself didn't really have the standing to survive it in the mid-'90s. They had to create the steroid era to try to get people back on board. I don't know if the NBA has ever really recovered from the lockout post-Michael Jordan in 99, or even again when they did it in 2010 or 11. Like, that just turns people off. Hockey, they hurt from it. It's like it's bad for the sport. The NFL could survive because we love the NFL, but I would say even they would take a little bit of a hit if they, came out with the scab players. I wasn't old enough to remember how that went in the late 80s, early 90s when they tried that. The NFL's a different level machine now, but no, I'll say that's cap as well. You want a good boycott, Cody?
No, that doesn't do anything for me. I thought you were saying like we need more Kaepernicks. We need more guys who are willing to boycott their. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Along the lines, yeah.
For their causes, yeah, not just straight for a lockout, but like I liked when the Clippers, they were threatening not playing that playoff game after all the Donald Sterling stuff came out, where he was on tape being racist, and
just don't put it on Instagram.
And they're like, we're not going to play in this playoff game. But instead, all they did was just take their warm-ups off and put them at midcourt.
It's okay if you hang out with them, but don't put it on Instagram. R.I.P. Donald Sterling. He's dead now, isn't he? I imagine.
To some.
I assume he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. We reported it on the show. Something just happened to Bubba. I think there's a snake over there or something.
He's actually not dead.
What?
He's not dead.
I could have sworn we reported his death on the show.
No, you're wrong. You lied to everybody.
Well, there was something else that happened with him then. Years after that, there was something with Donald Sterling.
I mean, we had fun with that Magic Johnson clip. Big Magic Johnson.
He's got AIDS.
No, he's still alive, though.
Really? I would have bet anything he was dead. I would have bet my life he was dead. Then I'd be dead.
Ironically, you'd be dead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry to kill off Donald Sterling. When somebody does that, then that puts it into now he'll probably die today or tomorrow or something.
And I got to say, honestly, I wouldn't say rest in peace when he dies either. He doesn't seem like a very good person.
You don't think he deserves peace in his death?
No, he seems like a bad person.
That seems kind of mean.
It is, but it's just how I feel about him. He seems like a bad person.
Because he didn't want that on Instagram.
That's part of the reason.
I mean, he was a racist, but does a racist not deserve to die peacefully? Like someone who's a racist.
Cap for fact.
Racists deserve peace after death.
I would say that's cap.
I think everyone deserves peace after death.
That's kind of you.
For the most part. I mean, like, there's a few exceptions, but the idea of, if you look into the, not to get religious, but if you look into like the Christian faith, the idea of burning in hell for eternity, like that seems pretty drastic, doesn't it? Eternity, Literally
That's why you
forever
better-
and ever and
well,
ever and
well,
ever.
That's
and
why
ever.
you better make sure that you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd put Donald Sterling as like the worst of the worst. Like when it comes to that,
Okay. I think there's a big difference between like resting in peace and burning in hell. But okay.
So you're saying he should be in purgatory,
or just a little uncomfortable.
Do you believe Donald Sterling should be in hell? Do you think he should go to hell?
It is hard to say that to somebody
when you consider the penalty.
Yeah, it's one of the worst things you could say to somebody.
Like, yeah, he was a little racist, but come on. I mean, I don't know.
We need to give up on trying to find Bigfoot.
No, never. That's one of the only things we got in this world, man, that people just have fun doing. We can't close the book on Bigfoot. I hope we never find him either. I hope we keep looking. I don't want to know if he's out there.
Facts. Bigfoot's like the dumbest thing in the world. There would have been a body. Some hillbilly by now would have recovered a dead Bigfoot. Does Bigfoot just live forever? I mean, let's say Bigfoot exists. Is he is he immortal?
Do you know how vast the forest is?
Been around since the 70s, and it's 2026.
Well, answer me a couple of questions. A, is Bigfoot immortal? I'm going to assume the answer to that is no.
Okay.
And B, does Bigfoot reproduce? Are there multiple Bigfoots?
Yeah.
Does Bigfoot man have sex with Bigfoot woman and create Bigfoot kid? Because, there would be more of them. So there would have been a body turn up. Somebody would have found one. He doesn't exist.
Got a lot of big feet in the NBA.
You ever heard of burials?
Burials?
Yeah.
You say the Bigfoot community has their own just little
they're
cemeteries
not,
out
they're
there?
They're not
You
monsters.
ever hear of construction and deforestation?
They're not monsters.
I'm just saying there would have been a body turn up at some point.
They'd get rid of the body.
We found fossils of the dinosaurs. Somebody would have found Bigfoot.
That's crazy to me that you don't believe in Bigfoot, but you just believe in dinosaurs.
It's
like that.
science.
Grow up. No, it's not.
I've been to the Natural History Museum.
They made it up.
I've been to the
Google when the
History
first
Museum.
dinosaur fossil was found, bro. They made it up. They made it up.
They didn't make it up. Dinosaurs are real.
We didn't start talking about dinosaurs until like 100 years ago. They just made it up out of thin air.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Surely not.
Dinosaurs aren't real. Grow up,
Explain
Peter Pan.
fossils.
Huh?
Explain fossils.
You mean just rocks?
No, they're not rocks. They're fossils.
What's the difference between a fossil and a rock? Explain it to me.
It's a rock that has an implanted thing in the rock that has.
So you think these
over time?
You think
it
this
has
is a
made
dinosaur's footprint in this rock?
There's things like that, and I mean I don't know the exact. I'm not a damn archaeologist, but it's science.
Oh, here's a bone. This
real.
bone is really big. I bet this is a dinosaur bone.
Well, what else could it be?
And we're going to just start putting these together, and we're going to build this thing. Even though we've never seen them, we're going to make you think this is what they used to look like because we're just going to put them together. Get the hell out of here.
Well, what else might it be?
Something in the water?
Something in the water?
Yeah, like some type of just alien creature in the water. Some type of alligator type of thing. Some type of shark-looking thing. A dragon? Hell, I don't know.
A dragon?
They've talked about dragons a lot longer than they've talked about dinosaurs, brother.
Is that true? I mean, I know Chinese people are all about it.
Dinosaurs.
You got to take what they say with a grain of salt.
Dinosaurs are a fairly new phenomenon, brother. I don't think they came around until 1900. Dragons have been around for centuries.
So if you're saying dinosaurs don't exist, explain Jurassic Park.
That's points in my favor.
How?
Them just making stuff up to sell movies.
What do you mean making
and
stuff
toys?
Up? Jurassic Park's not a true story?
No, Jurassic Park's not a true story. They've made everything up.
What about Godzilla?
Well, that's a little bit closer to a dragon. I'm not sure about that. Last call on the other side is Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank.
Drinking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Graham. Is it still raining outside, Bubba? What's it look like out there?
Just gray.
Just gray. It's like my life. My soul.
That's my thing. You can't take my gimmick.
Gimmick infringement. Brother, I've been depressed longer than you've been alive.
Don't say that. You got a life worth living.
Life is worth living, like Justin Bieber said. Any plans today, Cody?
Nah.
No,
not really.
Nothing going on. The drive will be out at Barley's today. A little live remote action, getting you ready for some Thursday sports trivia. Might ride down to the old city, check out the fellas, eat a little food, do a little sports trivia.
I kind of want chicken biscuits now, since you mentioned them.
Yeah?
I really like putting mayonnaise on mine. One of my favorite.
Levis?
You like putting mayonnaise on your chicken biscuit?
Hell yeah. One of my favorite combinations in the world. Some sort of bread, mayonnaise, and fried chicken.
Some sort of bread, mayonnaise, and fried chicken.
Any bread.
Some sort of bread. So, like, yeah, see, like you put mayonnaise on your chicken biscuit, like if you get one from Chick-fil-A?
Always.
Really?
Or honey.
Bubba, do you?
But I prefer mayonnaise.
I'm anti-mayo.
I don't put mayonnaise on any of my sandwiches or biscuits that I buy out. I put mayonnaise on my egg sandwich at home. Or if I order an egg sandwich somewhere out, like it usually has mayonnaise on it. But biscuits, I don't put any condiments on. Unless I'm at home. If I'm at home and I'm fixing like some homemade biscuits and sausage, I put a little mustard on that.
Nah, mustard ruins it for me. Mayonnaise on an egg sandwich too. That's also goated.
Yeah.
The way that bacon and egg and mayonnaise and cheese combines.
Yeah, I like
just
that.
Egg and mayonnaise.
Yeah, I like that. You want to get breakfast after this?
Mayonnaise comes from the egg. It's like same with chicken. They're all in the same family.
You want to go get breakfast after this?
Mayonnaise makes sense for chicken because it comes from
I
chicken.
could go for some biscuits and gravy.
You wouldn't even think that, would you? That mayonnaise comes from chickens?
I'm trying to invite him to breakfast. He's ignoring me.
It's too late.
No,
we do the show 8 to 11 now.
I got a place that serves breakfast.
Where?
I don't want to tell anybody. I don't want him to crash our date.
Who serves breakfast?
I'll buy you breakfast.
I know a couple of places that serve breakfast.
Cracker Barrel, ever heard of it?
Yeah.
They serve breakfast all day.
Yeah, but I hate dealing with the crowd over there.
The crowd? It's Thursday at 11. It's not going to be a crowd at all.
There'll be a crowd. There's always a damn crowd.
What about you, Bubba? You want to come get breakfast? You got work to go? You got to do some work? All right, well, you're uninvited.
Thank you.
But just know you were originally invited.
Thank you.
I kind of would like to go get breakfast. I got one meal prep, but my old lady's working late tonight, and then she's got dinner plans. So, like,
you gonna make her dinner?
I kind of need to say no. She's got dinner plans with her friends, so I kind of need dinner. So, like, it kind of actually helped me if I saved that for dinner and maybe went and ate now.
Yeah,
I'll buy you breakfast if you want to hang out.
I don't think you'd want to go where I want to go.
No, I want to pick the place. I got a place in mind.
Is it local?
Yeah.
How local?
How local? It's a couple miles away.
Is it a chain?
Not that I know of. I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's other ones in different cities, but like I don't think of it as a big chain.
Maple Street Biscuit Company?
No. Although we could do that.
I love that place.
Yeah, we could go there.
I'm trying to think of where you're.
Bubba, we miss anything today?
Couple things.
Couple things.
Kim Kardashian failed the bar exam third time.
She gave up.
Gio Lopez has dirt on Bill Belichick, saying he runs it too much like a job instead of like a college football program.
Yeah.
We've got Shell topping first quarter profits with $6.92 billion. Google Chrome may have installed AI onto your phones without you already knowing. Jersey Shore, family vacation, final MTV season. A new Rolling Stones album, Cody. What happened to that?
I didn't figure anybody would care, so I didn't bother reporting
Kentucky
it.
Derby winner. Golden Tempo won't run in the Preakness Stakes. I don't really care about that. Shiloh Sanders, $11 million in debt. Whatever happened with responsible and money in that family.
I think that one's a little bit weird. I think that's somebody suing him from like something that happened when he was like 15.
I just read the headlines.
I hear you. You said we got a couple things. You ran through like 10 things.
Yeah, it's a
Jersey Shore family vacation. That was my big.
Bubba could actually do this for 3 hours.
Detroit Tigers. Framber Valdez 5-game suspension after giving up 2 home runs and hitting a batter.
You just never give him enough time. He could actually do this for 3 straight hours.
Rolling Stones' new album came out.
No, it's not out yet. It's out in July. The new single, the lead single, came out, and I got to say, it didn't really move me. I don't need to hear Mick Jagger singing at 80. I don't really like the way he sings as an old man.
Okay.
I'd rather just hear the old stuff, and for the most part. I mean, I like the last album pretty good, but
back when the old stuff was new.
I don't need new Stones. I would rather, if I could pick, you know what I want the Stones to do? Release all the old stuff that got put on the shelf. That's what I want to hear.
The stuff that wasn't good enough to be out there?
It was good enough. All the outtakes and stuff. That's what people really want.
If it was good enough, they would have released it.
It wasn't good enough for their standard.
The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.